In the wild of Alaska, a deafening silence has been broken. Skiing, an ancient endeavor that has seen countless evolutions, now rises to a new challenge.
2025 YETI Natural Selection Ski, Alaska. Rider is ready.
This is no ordinary competition. It's a dance with the earth. She gives and she takes.
Holy shit!
The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The mountains, the snow, the sky, the spirit. This shared experience is momentary and alive. In this vast wilderness, a new chapter will be written. The call has been answered. This is natural selection.
Welcome one, welcome all. 4 years of looking over the fence, but now the wait is finally over. Skiing has its invite to the natural selection party, but the recipe is as simple as ever. 12 of the world's best skiers in the best terrain with epic conditions. This is the first ever Natural Selection Ski, brought to you by YETI. And the lineup on the mountain is matched only by the lineup I have here in the studio. Joining me for this broadcast, in the middle there, we've got the carnival wrapped in a Mardi Gras with an 8,000 kilowatt smile that is Tonya Kvivik. You will see that a lot if you're playing natural selection bingo. As soon as Tonya laughs, you have to drink. Right next to me, we've got the backcountry Jedi Master, Adma 1 Kenobi. Mark, pleasure to have you here. And over there, talking of masters, one of skiing's great artists, both on and off the snow, Chris Benchetler. Vibes are high, Mr. Adma.
Oh my gosh, I've got cortisol pumping through my body right now. Whether I'm in Alaska or watching skiing in Alaska, I get fired up.
And you've been frothing like Oktoberfest over there, Tonya. You're ready to go, aren't you?
I'm actually, my palms are sweaty. Like, I feel like we're about to drop in, but we're just going to watch the craziest show.
And, I mean, there's a lot of pressure here for skiing to deliver, isn't there, Chris?
There is, but, I mean, I'm equally excited. I think I've been talking to Travis about this day for a long time, and helping pick the roster and all of this has been a dream come true. I'm excited to watch what we're about to see go down.
Okay, if you're not too sure how this plays out, this is officially a watch party. So the event itself took place just over 2 weeks ago, but we are flying just as blind as you are. So we don't know what's happened. No one does. The riders have been so tight-lipped about how this played out. So everyone is seeing this for the very first time. And it's worth noting, if you're anywhere up in the Pacific Northwest, then 10 Barrel Brewing, all of their bars up there have got watch parties going on right now. So get online, check out 10 Barrel Brewing, and if there's a bar anywhere near you, get there right now. That's definitely worth checking out. Now, if you're new to the natural selection universe, you might have heard of the snowboarding tour before now. It's been running for about 5 years, but 2025 has seen a 4-sport expansion. So back in January, we saw the surfing from Micronesia. Then it moved on to New Zealand for the mountain biking. We had the traditional snowboard show in March, 2 days of live competition from there. And now the skiing is going to round out the season. As we said before, therefore very little pressure going down. But if you haven't seen them after this, go and check out the surf, the bike and the snowboarding. They are absolutely incredible. The level is so high, so the skiing does have a little bit to live up to at this point. Mark, we talked about this pressure, like the skiers they've got to bring their A game to this.
Skiers have been waiting a long time for this event, and this is really where freestyle skiing and big mountain skiing come together, which is what I'm most passionate about. And we've got the best skiers in the world in the best mountains in the world, so it should be an amazing event.
How much is Alaskan experience going to play into this, Tonya?
I think it's going to have a huge impact. I think like finding your confidence in such big terrain is going to be really important.
Have you got favorites that you've got an eye on, Chris?
I do, but you're putting me on the spot. I'm going to lose some friends if I say that. Everyone is fully capable, and I do have a few. I mean, I grew up with Michelle. She's high up there, and I have a few teammates on the men's side, so I'm excited for everyone to throw down.
Okay, we'll get stuck into the athletes very shortly. It is fantasy skiing, though. But alongside these three legends in the studio, there's a fifth member of our team out on the glacier. Tatum Manon is out there. What's going down, Tatum? Talk us through the venue.
Morning. We're down here at the bottom of the venue. It is a beautiful bluebird day here in the Alaskan range. The athletes are so fired up. A lot has come down to this day in terms of conditions, and in Alaska, the stars really have to align. So the venue itself is northeast facing, but it does have a little bit of south tilt to it, which has created a crust that the athletes are going to have to navigate. But I'm confident that these skiers have studied their lines. They are coming into everything for the first time, so they're really assessing their takeoffs, which are blind, in real time, and there's a lot to navigate. This is a huge face. This is something that, honestly, not even a lot of skiers film, let alone compete on. So I think really we're going to see some incredible riding shine through today, and it's really exciting.
Okay, thank you very much, Tatum. We're going to be checking in with her throughout the competition. She'll be talking to all of the riders as that comp unfolds. We heard her talking about the venue there. We can take a closer look at it now. And Tonya, you talked about the importance of having Alaskan experience. This venue is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive. I feel like, it looks like you can see most of it from when you're at the top. The only thing that will be really blind is probably the takeoffs. But slough management, the scale is going to be different. It's Alaska, it's like the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's take a closer look at it now. You'll see an area of red highlighted here. We've got two competition venues. On the lookers' left-hand side here, we've got what is the northeast-facing venue, but it faces a little bit south there. The venue is called Priority 1. On the lookers' right, we'll see that for semis and finals. But a bit of exposure down at the bottom of this venue, Chris.
Yeah, there is quite a bit, which is going to be pretty important to compartmentalize the run and do your tricks, but obviously want to stomp so you don't go tomahawking over all that exposure.
Mark, you've spent almost more time in Alaska than all of us combined here. This doesn't have that classic bowling ball roll, does it? It feels like you can see a lot of the features on this face.
Yeah, blind rollovers are the worst. So being able to see more or less from top to bottom really helps build up people's confidence. And that should lead to bigger, better tricks.
Huge amount of vertical to play with here, though.
Yeah, there's 1,800 vertical feet. So you definitely don't want to get caught in your slough and start tomahawking down. It'd be a long ride and potentially getting raked over rocks.
Okay, well, it is an absolutely stunning face. Really playful as well.
Yep, hope they did their squats. That's a long run. Their legs are going to be tired.
You might have seen that rock right in the center of the picture there has been crowned BFR. I'll let you decide what you think that stands for. But I know at the start of the competition, Travis Rice, who kind of worked on picking this venue out with Mike Douglas, they'd seen that as a camera position. And I think it went around pretty quickly that might actually be a feature on the face, despite how big it is. Now we've taken a look at the venue. We've spoken to Tatum up there. We've talked a little bit about the athletes that we're going to see, but Natural Selection has a long history of making sure that there is a peer judging component. So ex-athletes who know exactly the type of skiing that they're seeing and how difficult it is. So we've assembled a trio of the most judgy judges that you can imagine. Let's find out a little bit more about who they are and what they're expecting to see here today.
My name is Dion Newport, and I am one of the judges here for Natural Selection Ski. I think the style of skiing we're going to see at this event at Natural Selection Ski is the natural flow of what these riders can show from both the male and female riders.
I think what's so exciting about natural selection is it's the first contest that truly brings like an emphasis on freestyle tricks to the backcountry. I'm Christy Leskinen. So my job here at Natural Selection Ski is as a judge. We're not just looking for big cliffs, we're looking for control and style.
I'm looking for solid flow. Good, fast energy, not playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as you come down, more like ride top to bottom.
I think the overall impression is going to be a very strong driving force in this. I think that flow with the overall is going to be really what defines people.
Natural selection is just the next progression.
Okay, start paying attention now. This is where the difficult bit comes in. These are the criteria that the judges are going to be using. It's Natural Selection's credo, which stands for creativity, risk, execution, difficulty, and overall. Very different to what you see in Park and Pipe, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I think creativity and risk are going to be the two that we really want to watch, and I'm most excited for creativity. That line choice, the amount of spines we see, and ability to transfer is going to be awesome.
Yeah, risk is never an issue in AK. Now, the format, this is a carbon copy of what we saw in Revelstoke a couple of weeks ago with the snowboarders. So you've got 8 skiers. They're going to be divided into 2 groups of 4, and then they'll compete through 2 rounds. In round 1, the top score advances straight through to the semi-finals. Same from round 2. And then in the finals, we go back to that classic NST head-to-head format, 2 runs, highest score advances. Now, if that all sounded like gobbledygook, we've put together a nice little speak and spell graphic that will walk you through it. So here's our 2 sessions, 8 skiers broken into 2 groups of 4. After the first round, the top 2 highest scores will advance through to the semis. Then we come to 3 riders in each session, and this is the Hail Mary round. Again, top score from here will go through to the semi-finals. Now, Qualifier 1 will go against Qualifier 4, and then Qualifier 2 and 3 go head-to-head. 2 runs, as we said, and then the highest scores will go through to the finals and will crown a winner. Exactly the same on the women's side of the draw, but just 4 skiers, Tonya. So, I mean, how much do you think it's going to change for people, especially film riders, when you stick them in a bib?
I mean, for the format, like, I love this format. It's like, it makes it more fair. Like, you don't risk getting the second highest score of the day and not moving through to the next round. I mean, yeah.
In terms of pressure, though, it's all there. Yes, you've got that fairness,
yeah,
but you've got to perform in those first 2 rounds.
100%.
Okay, this is how it works out. Another little graphic here. First round, top score will advance. You can see 98.4. That goes straight through. Because the women are in a 4, this is the equivalent of their semi. So this will be finals. The Hail Mary round, we get our second finalist. So the order of the day will go men's session 1, women's session 2, men's session 2. And then after those rounds, we go men's semi-finals, women's finals, men's finals. First glimpse of these brackets. And these are just magic, Mark.
Oh my goodness, there's so much talent here, and we've got a wide variety of skiers that come from freestyle backgrounds and big mountain background, and really it's anybody's game here. I could pick any one of these names here and they could totally win.
Go on, I'll put you on the spot. Who do you think?
Oh my god, well, yeah.
Good luck,
Kye
pal.
Petersen's a neighbor of mine in Pemberton, so I'll put my vote on him.
Okay, we're playing friends. Chris has gone in there as well. Tonya, who stands out to you off this list? Because there's so many different ages, styles, levels of experience.
Yeah, it's so true. Honestly, I think Craig, like, coming from New Zealand, skiing like a little bit variable snow, and just him being Craig, I think he's got a good chance.
Okay, I'm going to go with Eder. I've got my eye on him. That level of Alaskan experience combined with his consistency and freestyle ability. The women's side, though, equally as diverse, Chris.
Very much so. And are you putting me on the spot to try and pick a winner here? Or are we just talking about?
You already laid your cards down.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, I think equally diverse. They're all incredible skiers. I've skied with almost all of them actually, and they all have a chance to really take this thing home.
Mark, who stands out to you?
Oh, well, Parker and I go way back, and she's got a lot of experience in Alaska, so she could definitely use that experience to her benefit.
Okay, Tonya?
Yeah, I mean, Michelle, is it 15 years of AK experience? But I mean, Hedvig too. Like, she knows how to throw a backflip over exposure, and yeah.
She is the ultimate analyst as well. I have it on strong authority from Liam Griffin up on site. She was the one asking all of the questions.
I believe it.
Yeah, I've skied with her at a GoPro trip, and she equally asked questions the entire time. She wants to know every nuance. So, good example.
Yeah. Okay, there are plenty of things to win out here today. First and foremost, for the athletes, there's the BOA Dialed In Award. So $5,000 for a man and a woman for the most memorable moment of the day. It could be a trick, it could be a line, it could be something else entirely. But those will be given away after those first 2 rounds of competition. Once we get into semis and finals, it's all about the win. But $5,000 for men and women in the BOA Dialed In Award. But for you guys at home, we have an even more impressive prize. So this is what we're calling the Ultimate Ski Bundle. And in layman's terms, it means that you can ski for free in 2025 and 2026. So we're starting up over this shoulder. We've got base layers, mid layers, and apparel from Arc'teryx that you can win. Men's and women's setup. Then we've got the Volcal Skis, marker bindings, Dalbello boots. And to top it all off, we've got a 2025-2026 Icon Pass. More than 60 resorts worldwide. You got yours on you?
I do. I carry it everywhere. I mean, 60 resorts. You don't know if there's one just right down the road.
You never know.
Yes, I'm a big fan. And actually, the pass you will get might have my artwork on it. I've been working with them for this next pass. So
there you go. The American Express for skiers and snowboarders, the Icon Pass. You can make sure that you win all of those. Just scan this QR code. It's going to pop up throughout the show. So just get on that and you will be entered to win. There is, remember, a men's and a women's side to that prize. Okay, we're going to take a look up on the mountain now because the crew were based up on the glacier, and because we know danger doesn't take a day off, neither does safety. So let's check in with all of the precautions the crew took with this little piece from Arc'teryx.
We're really deep out here. So we're about 100 miles to the closest road. So we have to be absolutely self-reliant and do our due diligence in order to do this responsibly.
Turn your transceiver to search.
You're obviously all gonna have, your backcountry beacon, avalanche transceiver, probe, shovel. But up here, we need to take a couple extra precautions. We're in a heavily glaciated area. The amount of snowfall that we get every year is massive. But that also comes with huge cornices that will form. And you have to be very specific about where you're going to put your camps for safety, for transport.
Doesn't get much better than this.
And we're all on glaciers right now, so we're all wearing protective harnesses and gear, and we train the crew into how to do glacial travel. When we come into camp, we probe the entire area to make sure we're not sitting on a crevasse. Although it looks like this beautiful heaven, we always have to kind of remind ourselves, don't become complacent, don't get too comfortable, and be aware of what's at stake. There's a tremendous amount of hazards from weather, avalanches, cornice failure, crevasse falls. If you go into the backcountry in these big mountains, you're absolutely wearing an avalanche airbag. No one in our whole crew goes anywhere in any slope without one.
So sick.
And what the idea of that is, it's going to keep you on the surface of the snow because you're in more volume and less weight, which naturally is going to put you to the top of the snowpack while it's going down the avalanche. Probably watching all this stuff from the sidelines or on TV, I'm sure the viewers are like, there's no way I could ever do anything like that. But I think it's important to remember, these are the pros of the pros and the best of the best. We all started the same way. We all started with our basic first aid and our basic Avalanche 1 and avalanche awareness. All that information and knowledge is super accessible. Go to your local avalanche center, or you go get your first aid and get your CPR done. It's just some of the basic stuff, but I encourage everyone to go and do that.
Sage advice from Clark Fyans there. There's an old adage that there's 3 stages of avalanche awareness in the mountains. ignorant bliss, terrified awareness, and then educated awareness. And the goal is to get to that third stage as quickly as possible. One of the key parts of that is learning how to use one of these. It's the Barry Vox, and this is a brand new one this year. I think we all here use the Barry Vox, but Tonya, you've been on the new one, haven't you? How does it handle?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's lighter, it's smarter, and it's more intuitive. Like, the screen is bigger, and it actually has animations, which makes the find search a little bit easier.
Okay, if you're thinking about heading into the backcountry, make sure you get yourself one of those. And it's more prescient than ever. We've had a really tough season in the mountains this year. I mean, Chris, it's affected a lot of people.
It has, yeah. We lost 3 really incredible pillars of our community. They're close to all of us, and we are just sending our love and light to the entire ski and snowboard community and the loved ones they left behind. And yeah, I mean, just like you said, this season in particular, we lost a patroller in Mammoth, and it's just been a tough one. So it's really important to just brush up on those skills and be aware and respect the mountains.
Very wise words. Keep your eyes out at the end of the show. We've dedicated this natural selection ski to Jason Remble, Alex Pashley and Jeff Keenan. There's a lovely dedication at the end of the show for them. We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll be getting stuck into the first bit of action with the men here at Natural Selection Ski. See you shortly. Welcome back to Natural Selection Ski up here in Alaska. And as we said before, the crew were staying up on the glacier. An incredible feat to achieve. Sat right in front of Priority 1, the venue here. Let's take a closer look at how they made camp life work.
We are surrounded by mountains. Everywhere you look, you see something different and unique, and you can't stop but marvel at where you are and what you're surrounded by, and just how incredibly, overwhelmingly beautiful it all is. We've done this before. The first go-around in 2022 was a Herculean effort. We had 40 people in camp that year. So going back and doing it a second time, we were definitely a lot more dialed. You have experiences on the glacier that are really hard to explain to people who aren't there. The beauty of glacier camping at the base of the venue is that if you're using must be present to win logic, You are the most present that you could possibly be. You wake up in the morning and it's right there. You know, if it was easy, they'd call it football. Nobody does stuff like this. There's this feeling at the end of the day when the last heli leaves, you watch it disappear over the ridge and you're like, we are alone. Nothing beats camp vibes on the glacier. It was everything I imagined and more.
If it was easy, they'd call it football. That is my favorite quote so far. Massive shout out to 11 Experience as well. They hosted all of the athletes at Winter Lake Lodge, and that was a huge staging post for everyone. First round ready to go though. Everyone up on top of this mountain, and that lineup alone, Parker White, Kye Jones, Sam Kuch and Colby Stevenson. This is going to be a hell of a showdown.
I love every one of these skiers. I'm big fans of all these guys, so I'm really excited to see what goes down here.
Okay, the East Coast ATV, some people call him the skiing Kenny Powers. Parker White, he's got one hell of a mullet on him, and you know there's no one better to open up this venue. He's on full send.
Yeah, this is going to be super exciting. Oh, yeah, you can already hear the sun crust, or like the sun-affected area as he's skiing down here.
Yeah, Tatum talked about that south-facing crust, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh my goodness.
I've been hooked into that. Oh.
I mean, also like on the right there's a lot of exposure, so you don't actually want to catch an edge.
There you go.
But yeah, that really shows the aspect sensitivity. Oh, BFR.
Straight off BFR to open.
Classic Parker style.
Yeah, I can't put a camera up there.
Oh, look at that. As soon as you're on that really sun-exposed side, he's dancing along the shadow line there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ski in the shadows, you're definitely going to find better snow. And you know he's got something big lined up for us because he always does. Oh, buddy.
Massive front flip.
And you're banking on finding good snow for that landing.
But you could see that the landing there, like that's where the snow is good.
It's beautiful. I mean, it was up around his chest as he cut across that fin.
Parker skis out of Mount Baker, and he's used to big terrain and big features and throwing tricks into natural features.
Almost a bit of a smear there as he bounced off that crust again. So again, you know he's working into something big.
Oh, yeah. Nice one, Parker.
Okay, that's a big rangefinder. Everyone would have been looking to see exactly what they were dealing with.
Nice
yeah, I'm sure everybody's
work.
waiting for a snow report right
Parker, so much anticipation for being the first rider. That is not an easy feat. How is the snow? How does it feel?
It feels really good to be at the bottom. For sure. In the snow, it's marginal, but it's still good. I rode more tentatively because some of the takeoffs were bad, but now I know what it is, and I feel like I can do a better one.
You nailed that. I mean, went huge off the rock, right off the top, not even knowing how snow is going to feel. Full send out of the start gate, as you do, and then a beautiful front flip. You skied amazing, Parker. Way to open this venue up so beautifully.
Thank you. Thanks, Tatum.
Okay, let's take a look at the replays on this. Straight off BFR up the top.
Yeah. That
wow.
was amazing.
It's beautiful, just squatted it out. And skydiving into that one.
Yeah. He claimed it. He told everybody he was going to do the biggest front flip possible at this event.
Okay, so it's not packed top to bottom. There was a bit of connecting going on there for the features he wanted, but as he said down at the bottom, he just wanted to get down on that one and put a score on the board.
Absolutely, and he is the first one to drop in, so.
All right, finishes ready for scores.
Let's see where the judges go with this. It's a landed run, like 81. That's
good.
pretty decent.
Parker.
I was expecting something, like so often the rangefinder, the mark setter for the judges, when you see a landed run is a 75.
Oh, look at that mullet,
Let that
though.
mullet breathe, buddy.
Yes.
Look at that. So an 81 on the board for Parker White, first run. Kye Jones, Sam Kuch, Colby
guys,
Stevenson
snow is
all
really
have
good,
something to look
including
for.
Mike's Rock.
That's all really nice in there. Once you start edging on the more south sides of those ridges, especially on the bottom, it's that same gnarly crust. But that landing of the bottom hit that we were all looking at is really good. So
I'd say just send it. Just be aware of those southern ridges.
thanks, Parker.
Yeah.
18 years old out of Jackson Hole, Kye Jones is part of one of the most impressive dynasties in big mountain skiing and snowboarding. His dad, part of Teton Gravity Research, his uncle, Jeremy Jones, the snowboarder. Oh, and he's hooked into that crust. Wasn't afraid just to drop off that, letting it fly, because that's a closeout cool-up.
Yeah, look at that exposure. Like, if you would have been tumbling, you would have been tumbling all the way down on the wrong side of the face. So that is very impressive.
And at only 18 years old, he's got a lot of experience in Alaska, so we'll see how this plays out for him.
Skiing beautifully, so much confidence here already.
Wow.
Picking up that beautiful snow on the shady side of this spine.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it's at, buddy.
I feel like this ridge is also good to build confidence when you're like, okay, the snow can be good on this side.
Well, they're just warming up their legs now, too. They haven't skied in a little while.
Okay, so he's come just across Parker's takeoff there for the front flip. That snow just sliding away down the shaded side.
There goes the pow.
Oh, he did so well not to get hooked in there.
This is survival skiing for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see the slough moving too as soon as that little pocket.
Yeah, a lot of slough moving, but that was still the same cut, I think, from that slide further up.
Yeah.
On top of a little two stack there. Turns it into one.
Hanging on. Barely.
That's a smear.
Oh my.
He was fine.
Yeah, you got to be really smart with how you're picking your lines here and just try to stay in soft snow as much as possible.
Yeah, there's plenty of beta now for the riders watching that. They can see it's like marbles down at the bottom there, isn't it?
Very firm.
This was like the judges, you talk about that risk category in Credo, and up at the top there, the way he handled that first drop onto that slabby melt freeze.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Look at that slide. A lot of snow broken free there. They did ski cut the venue beforehand, but there's obviously still those pockets. Held on to that out of the bottom. Let's hear from Tatum.
Hi, nice work making it down there. That was really impressive. You definitely let a little Avi rip there. How did that feel? Was that spooky for you at all?
Yeah, a little spooky, but super fun to just ride this face. Get a nice warm-up run in, and yeah, just hyped for finals too. It's gonna be, or not finals, but next run. So yeah, super stoked. Definitely got the heart pumping, that's for sure.
How do you feel about the snow overall and just the length of the venue?
Yeah, the snow's all right. It's definitely a little variable, so it's tacky, but really fun. This face is amazing. It's a great face.
You crushed that. Nice work, Kye.
I appreciate you.
Okay, straight from the horse's mouth.
Man.
Definitely knew he was on a comp run there, didn't he? That was super challenging up at the top, but score coming in, 68.
6-8.
So missing, like there were a couple of lovely clean features in there, but he was missing that centerpiece, like we saw from Parker, the big front flip.
Oh, thank you.
Well, and that can be the challenge of having a really long venue. It's really hard to be able to memorize where all the different features and potential takeoffs are.
Okay, back up to the top, Sam Kuch. out of Nelson, BC.
The
Our
new
boy.
dad.
He went from roofer to skiing pin-up in a matter of months when MSP plucked him from obscurity. Such a beautiful skier, a humble guy with that incredible quiet style as well.
He's a classic Kootenays boy and really represents Nelson and Whitewater in the best of ways. From his personality to his ski ability, he's the man. And it's been amazing seeing him grow as a skier and just how he's been able to adapt to skiing big lines and throwing the most technical tricks in the big mountain arena.
He is flattering that snow right now. He's making that look way better than it is. But way out skiers right now.
Oh, I like it.
Interesting choice. Wow. Oh, yeah, the snow looks good.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Oh, that was amazing. Stomped that 3.
Beautiful 3 there.
Judges are going to love that. Lots of creativity here. Lots of flow, good speed.
See how patient he was with the top ski on the turn there, not knowing not to get it hooked in that crust.
You can tell here's a bit of a blind rollover. Oh, amazing. Wow.
Linked up 2 beautiful hits there now.
Incredible. Oh, wow. This guy always blows me away. He just seems to have this ability to be able to throw huge tricks in very unconventional spots.
And he's such a cat. Like, he always lands on his feet.
He's making this look so easy. Whoa, the transfer!
Oh, wow.
And he had to make that redirect out of that debris.
Wow, right into that debris.
Judges are going to love that.
That was a good
That was
run.
huge.
Yeah.
That's going to up the ante and get everybody really motivated.
We talked about that forward dialed interval. There were about 3 moments in there that could be contenders.
Yes. Sam, that was incredible. You just opened up an entirely new side of the venue. How was the snow overall? How was your run?
The snow's got everything from crust to pow and everything in between. It just feels crazy to open up this space. This is such an insane opportunity and just so grateful to be here doing this. It's so cool.
Incredible skiing, Kuch. That was insane.
Thank you. Oh, jeez.
That water.
Proud of you, boys.
That water. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Right.
As understated as ever, Sam Kuch with a stunning first line here at Natural Selection Ski.
Wow. That took a lot of strength.
Then he went so deep on that.
Sam is also like maybe the strongest person that I know, and he doesn't work out.
Yeah. He's got dad strength.
He does have that strength now.
And then this.
Oh,
I love that angle of it. That was
massive.
Yeah.
It's huge. And I mean, it's a feat on its own, but knowing the snow quality that he's going into and the debris.
Yeah.
That one's from a baby boy, Waylon.
Yeah,
Waylon.
All right, finishes ready for scores.
Okay, Scott, what are you expecting here before it comes in? I think this is 90s.
I think so, yeah.
It's got to be low 90s.
93 for Sam Kuch. Big score. Yeah, the judges maybe going a little bit big with Parker White to start with, I don't know, but a 93 this early on. Huge statement from Sam Kuch there. So back up to the top, and the hits keep on coming. Colby Stevenson, without question, the most well-rounded skier in the world right now. He's got Alaska sections with MSP. I think he was second at Jesper Schada's Unrealistic in Sweden a couple of years ago. Silver at the Olympics in 2022 in slopestyle. He's
And
got
lots
it
of
all.
X Games medals.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. There's nothing this guy can't do with a pair of skis.
He's skiing at the highest of levels in all the disciplines that he's involved in.
Right. Is he going to adjust? Was he always planning to come out here, or is he going to follow Sam after seeing that line?
I think he's going to have his line fully mapped out, and he's probably been studying it for a couple days now. But I'm sure everybody's having second guesses with these conditions. Wow.
Oh.
Huge hand drag 3 at the top of the face.
He was floating.
That was amazing.
That was huge.
Just jamming in there, using the good snow to control speed. Look at this view. Straight down to camp off the nose of this spine.
Expecting something here.
Oh,
yes.
nice, Becky.
Measured it perfectly.
Grease that landing.
The air awareness on this guy is on another level.
You can hear him breathing, can't you?
Oh, this is a leg burner, especially in this kind of snow. You are putting everything into every turn right now.
Now he's in that sheared out snow. First time we've seen the snow that was cleared out by Kye Jones.
Oh, that was a firm landing.
That was
Hang on.
really firm.
Just squatted that one out and turbos down the apron.
Good first round, getting the
Wow.
legs warmed up.
I mean, the hand drag at the top was beautiful.
That was massive.
I guarantee you that's our first replay there.
Yeah.
Wow. And you don't want to crash at the top. That shows a lot of commitment and a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I feel like they'll score risk high on that one, the top pit.
Fully, way more exposure when you see it from that angle than when you're on that drone follow. But that drone follow, beautiful.
And finding good snow in that landing. So you know there's good pockets up there. You just have to really look for it right now.
He only put about 20% of his weight on that pad, didn't he, as he came over it? Such a light touch.
All right, finish is ready for scores.
You all good, Kye? Yeah, I'm good. Just kind of spooked.
Colby Stevenson, 7-5. 7-5.
Okay, 75 for Colby Stevenson.
That seems a little low.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like compared to when you look at Parker on the 81, it felt like it was a bit closer to that. Maybe the size on the backflip was a little bit light.
Well, and following up Sam Kuch's run is always, those are some big shoes to follow right there.
Yeah, Kuch, first time of asking, goes straight through to the semi-finals, our first place qualifier, which means Parker White, Kye Jones and Colby Stevenson will reset and go again in that second round. The Hail Mary, only one of them can advance. Now it is time for women's round one. So all four skiers, Michelle Parker, Hedvig Wessel, Maggie Voisin and Manon Loschi up at the top of the hill. Exactly the same format as we just saw for the men. Top skier will go straight through to the finals. The other three will battle it out for that all-important second spot. And Michelle Parker going to open it up. It's a bit of pressure, but as we said so much in the pre-show, she has all the experience in Alaska.
Yeah, I feel like she's been up here almost every year for the last 15 years. So she's definitely got the most experience out of this whole crew here.
Okay, Michelle Parker opening us up at a Tahoe.
Nice, gap in her slough.
Michelle is such a strong skier. Like, being on top of these lines in good snow would be kind of like a heartbeat. And then you're on top of it with like mediocre variable snow. Like, creds.
Yeah, the heart's racing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's hanging on. She's doing great though.
Michelle found some good snow on that side though. And like we can see so much from this angle. Like we're like, oh, it's like so easy to spot like the whole way. But from where Michelle is,
yeah, much
especially-
lower angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice one.
Great job controlling her speed there. She's talking to herself.
Oh, shifty.
Nice shifty.
Oh, got hooked on the end of that turn, just on her tails.
It looks like the snow is really grabby.
Yeah, and her legs have got to be getting tired at this point.
I know some of the data that we collected from site, really cold morning, which created that crust, but things do soften up in the afternoon. But it's so hard, isn't it? When one of the skis is punching through and you're sat on top of the other.
Well, as Tatum mentioned earlier, the stars really have to align in Alaska. You know, you can get a lot of snow, but you can just get one day of sun and it'll heat things up, and then overnight it'll freeze everything up.
Okay. Difficult first round for Michelle Parker. Like, there was plenty of flow, plenty of speed from top to bottom, and she attacked this top half of the face, I felt.
She
She
started
really
off
did.
super strong.
Yeah.
But you can tell the snow just slowly starts to get a little bit more challenging as you go down.
Yeah, it looked like the best part of this, like the good snow was on top, and as she got further down, it was more sun affected and grabby.
Do you think that works as a confidence sponge? It's just whatever you go in with, you're attacking, but you start to get more and more tired, and then you struggle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Michelle Parker, 4-5. 4-5.
Room to improve. I'm gonna get these boots unbuckled.
Michelle, amazing. This face is full of complexities. It looked like a lot of variability in the snow as well. How did you manage that, and how did it feel to be the first woman to drop?
It was crazy because the first men's heat dropped and a lot of them were popping off pockets. Kye broke off like a pretty big slide, so I was kind of thinking about how I could ski it safe and totally changed up my line based on the conditions. So it was still crusty though. But yeah, just not ideal snow conditions for like full sending for myself personally, but I really enjoyed working my way down the face and I was really psyched to get here.
Okay, so a 45 for Michelle Parker. The door still very much wide open here. There's a spot in the finals up for grabs. So the other three women right now are thinking, I just need to push a little bit. The interesting thing, we're about to come in with Hedvig Wessel, fellow countrywoman for you, Tonya.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it was consistency that won her the Freeride World Tour title in 2024. That's what she added to her game. So she'll be looking at this face. She knows that consistency worked for her, but it's going to be a bit of send now that gets someone straight through.
100%. Like I'm really, really excited to see what Hedvig does. First of all, she has the mogul experience. And like you could say that mogul would probably be more gnarlier than this, even if it's sun affected.
45 World Cup starts, a place at the 2018 Olympics in moguls, and then switched effortlessly into big mountain skiing. She found some good snow up here.
She really did, yeah. I mean, it's been really cool to see Hedvig progress in the last couple of years. I feel like she's found her flow. She's doing what she wants to do. She took a year off the World Tour and came back and won it. Like, feels like she's skiing for herself.
Okay, she's come right out into the guts of this chute now. Didn't like what she was on top of there, but she's into that shade.
There you go.
There's beautiful snow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
That was almost the endurance, oh my God, wasn't it? Like, I'm puffing and panting here.
And she's used to hucking backflips into moguls, so I'm hoping that she can find a spot where she can throw a backie into these conditions here.
But again, just as she was setting up for it, she hooks, and we talked about that confidence sponge.
It's tricky too, because like what Parker was saying is that the bad snow is on the takeoffs. So like it would be really easy to just hook an edge or get a little crooked on your air.
And here you can see where blind rollovers start to play with your head a little bit. You're not knowing what's over the next roll, and there's so many features and convexities, and that can really play into your flow and speed in your run.
So, really, again, almost exactly the same thing that we saw from Michelle. Really confident, aggressive start. She really starts hacking into the face and then just loses her flow down at the bottom here.
I mean, this is an 1,800 vertical foot run, so your leg's going to get tired, and these conditions are not helping that.
And the roller balls too, like there's so many factors that come into play.
55 for Hedvig Wessel.
Wow.
So sitting in first place at the moment, but we say it again, we said it after Michelle, there is still a lot left on this face for the women to attack if they can find the confidence. Like at the moment, the way we've seen it run for them, you attack the top of the face and then slow it down at the bottom. Seems to be the best strategy. Like that's where people have got the confidence. They're still finding good snow. Maggie Voisin, 7 X Games medals, took a gold in 2023 as recently as that.
And recently been skiing with Teton Gravity Research up in Alaska, so she's got experience here. Also love that she's rocking the Sarah Burke sticker on her helmet.
Yes. difficult aspect here, isn't it? Because you come out of some good snow and then you suddenly get sucked back onto this sunny.
I feel like this angle really also shows you how big this face is.
Okay, we saw Parker come down this side of the face. We saw Kai Jones come down here as well, playing right on the edge of the shadow line.
This definitely does look like where the best snow is.
Yeah, she's got some flow here, hasn't she? The question is whether she can hold it, whether she can get something off this fin into the shady side.
Nice shifty there.
So Hedvig's track below her, using that shade to her advantage.
You can hear her breathing start to intensify there.
Yeah, the endurance.
Oh, she's,
factor.
oh yeah.
She's got another feature in here.
Keeping it clean, she's got room still.
The snow does not sound good there.
No, and you could see the way her ski split. It was...
I mean, that's the disadvantage with skiing. You have so many things that you can keep control over.
Okay, nice drop up at the top there. About the same size as Michelle's that we saw with that little shifty.
I ripped a little bit before my middle line.
She flowed a little bit more top to bottom.
6-0.
Oh, they put it right in the top. I mean, Maggie did really ski it smoothly, and she skied it all the way from the top to bottom with no wobbles or anything.
And yeah, she didn't break the flow of the right. Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly what Sean Pettit was looking for. He was looking for something straight from the top, straight from the bottom, smooth.
Okay, next up, youngest skier in the women's field, Manon Loschi. Grew up in La Clusaz under the mentorship of the legendary big mountain French skier Seb Michaud. Let's see what she's got out here. A couple of years on the Freeride World Tour. I think she won the qualifiers in 2022.
This is her first time in AK, if I'm not...
No, it is,
yeah.
Definitely. She's never been up here before, and it is the scale. You talked about it, didn't you?
But you know what? Maybe the Freeride World Tour experience will come in really handy here, considering that the conditions are super variable.
Yep.
And like you can already see it. Like there is some confidence in her skiing despite the conditions.
And the beauty of being up here for your first time, ignorance can be bliss.
Yeah.
It helps for sure.
Okay, couple of. Like she's using that hockey stop technique almost, just to really get her weight behind it and make sure both skis punch. Oh, and then it almost is her undoing there on the edge. She did well to save that. We've seen the flow was so important in Maggie's score. So you don't want to see that flow broken.
Yeah, this is where it broke off, where Kye was skiing, so that's where the snow is pretty crusty.
Yeah, it's like chalk there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. And at that point, she's at the, like, I'm not taking any risks.
You're hanging on at this point.
I say that.
Oh,
she gets
super clean.
Decent drop out of there. Yeah, lovely.
Way to hang on.
I mean, even that, you can just see that her style is good. Like, she might be one of my favorite skiers at the moment, just considering, like, how cool she is in the air.
Yeah,
like
she's got that really compact, powerful style, hasn't she?
Really compact, powerful style. And, like, she could do, like, the smooth, like, the small things and make it look so cool. And then, obviously, she has so many tricks in the bag.
Okay, let's take a look at this again. Aggressive up at the top. Little pop in. The problem with this run is, I think it's this drop coming up. The judges are going to be able to compare apples for apples,
yeah.
Her and Maggie there. And when you're going to do that, same spot, same kind of drop, and it's noticeably smaller, you've stolen points from yourself.
100%. But she did have a feature at the bottom with a grab, which I think will pull her up again.
Okay, 60 points. The score to beat from Maggie Voisin. Again, like you said, Mark, so out of breath. 70 points.
Yeah.
Manon Loschi keeping the speed up and putting the details into those features.
I think it was also cool because like some of the turns that she did, like she was putting some oomph into it. Like she was making the turns look really stylish.
Manon, that was your first time skiing in Alaska. I mean, you're going straight to finals. How does it feel?
That feels pretty crazy. I definitely planned a different line and something a little more exciting, but with the snow conditions and everything, I decided to change my line like half an hour ago. So super happy to make it to final, and yeah, it's amazing to be here with such a crazy crew. I love NST. It's so sick to be here.
Can't wait to watch you in finals. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That water.
Okay, we talked about how important the Alaskan experience was, and yet it's the Alaskan rookie at 23 who popped straight through there. I think you said it at the start, Mark, like sometimes ignorance is bliss.
It helps, for sure. It helped me back in the day. And I think it really just showed how strong she is. And that compact style really took her all the way to the bottom, and just, you know, she kept her speed up and had good flow, and clearly the judges loved that.
And I know there was a tiny pocket on the far right-hand side of that venue that they used as a little warm-up before the comp run, so everyone just had a bit of time on their skis. And we heard Manon talking about it there. Like, it's changed so much already.
So much. Yeah, it's crazy, like, because that was overnight. Like, it got that crusty finish to the venue. So, like, yeah, it's crazy how quickly things can change in AK. But I think she handled that super well, and I think her Freeride World Tour experience came in really handy. Yeah,
definitely. Okay, we're going to get stuck into the men's heats very shortly, but a couple of thank yous to make just before we get going. Aliaska Resort. They looked after all of the riders and the crew in the build-up to this camping expedition. Before they went out there, it was the staging post. So massive shout out to Aliaska. If you're ever up there, definitely check them out. They've got some incredible terrain. We also want to give a huge shout out to A New Earth Project. They're our sustainable packaging partner. They're doing everything they can to clean up plastic-free packaging. It's a really noble project. Support them wherever you see them. Now it's time to take a look at Natural Connections. This is a bite-sized geology and meteorology lesson with everything you need to know about why Alaska is the final frontier of skiing and snowboarding.
In the Alaska Range, fire and ice define the landscape. Formed by volcanic activity, the mountains of the Aleutian Arc stretch into the Alaska Range, home to several volcanic peaks, some of which are active today. Past eruptions built these giants, rising from sea level to high elevation slopes, creating the deep valleys where glaciers take form. These glaciers are alive. Massive rivers of ice that have been carving this range for thousands of years. The storms that sweep off the Pacific dump heavy, wet snow that sticks to the steep rock faces. Layer after layer, the snow compresses and transforms into dense glacial ice.
Okay, we're ready. All right, drop it in 10.
But they are more than frozen giants. This environment depends on them. Glaciers stabilize temperatures and preserve snowpacks, keeping conditions pristine. Even further, they sustain the wilderness around them. The meltwater feeds rivers that flow through Alaska, supporting wildlife far beyond these peaks. As temperatures rise, these ice rivers are disappearing, threatening not only the mountains we ride, but the balance of the entire ecosystem. Forged by fire and shaped by ice, this paradise is alive and vulnerable, both everlasting and fleeting.
Welcome back to Natural Selection Ski. This is the live watch party. Competition unfolded a couple of weeks ago, but we're seeing it for the very first time, just like you. We want to give a quick shout out though for the Industry Alliance. Natural Selection created this to recognize all of the brands who promote the riders and the sport. They support us, so please support them.
Yeah, mad shit, but that's motivating.
Camera crew is ready.
Okay, we've seen round one, session one for the men, and we've seen round one for the women. Now it is round one, session two for the men, and another fantasy lineup. We've swapped out Tonya for Chris Ben-Chetler. Welcome to the booth, Chris.
Thank you. It was hard to not be at the booth for that. That was an exciting round.
Max Palm, Kye Petersen, Markus Eder, Craig Murray, four very different skiers, but every single one of them capable of destroying this face. And El Palmito, the Swedish-French Category 5 cyclone, I call him. He's unbelievably powerful and almost fearless on skis, it feels like.
I'm looking forward to this one.
His mom was a 3-time Scandinavian big mountain champ, and his dad is a French ski guide, so he's got skiing in his DNA.
And this, he may not have any Alaska experience, but from 11 he was in Chamonix, which is the next best thing, arguably.
And probably great for these variable conditions.
Yes.
And he won't be as intimidated by the size of this mountain either. Chamonix is massive.
Well, you look at his debut on the Freeride World Tour where he just came down and casually chucked a double backy.
Wow.
He doesn't do intimidation.
No, that was perfect transition too on the landing. That was incredible.
He's finding good snow here as well. Whoa, big slide.
Keep her moving.
He found good snow, but he just lost it. Mother Nature took it for a ride.
She gives and she takes away.
Yes, she does.
He's kept it moving, though. I don't think the judges will mark him down for that. That was preservation. Beautiful little pocket there.
Yeah, he is looking super solid, confident. As you both stated in those earlier rounds, everyone was coming out strong. Oh, my goodness.
Is that
perfect?
Oh,
bummer.
Now, really, really important to know, if you're new to natural selection, the Credo judging criteria doesn't punish falls. They're a missed opportunity, but it's not killed the run. And really important to remember that.
And he stomped that 3. It was just the variability that took him. Oh, my goodness.
Following Sam's transfer there.
And if anything, going even wider into that dead
Yeah,
run.
totally. There was that little Bergstrand at the bottom, too.
How sick was that?
That was
an impressive
incredible.
run.
So many different stages to it as well. It's like a book with different chapters, wasn't it?
That backy was flawless.
The Alaskan greenhorn is not making it look like this is his first time.
No.
There it is, that break. Hits either side of him. Knows exactly where he is, though, and where his safe zone is.
Yeah. And that 3, he stomped it perfectly and just found a little bit of variable snow right after. So hopefully the judges don't ding him too much for that.
Hanging on.
It's got shades of Hank Billis written on it, hasn't it? That's all his style there. Just send it fast and loose.
All right, finishers ready for scores. Max, your scores coming in?
Yeah. Max, Tom, score
87.
87.
Wow.
Yeah. Seems like that little moment didn't screw him up too bad.
Not at all. Judges have been really, really clear with that message. And let's hear from Tate.
Max Palm, that was incredible riding. You definitely did not make that snow look bad at all. How did it feel coming down?
Tiring. My legs are cramping up, but that was so fun. Such a dream to be here skiing AK and like this huge face. Kind of a bummer that the snow is bad, but I mean, it's the same for everyone. Just here to have fun, and this was really fun.
Were there any changes you made at the top in terms of your run after listening to some of these snow conditions?
Yeah, well, I had this one as my second run, and one over there for my first run. Then just jumped for this one when Kye made everything slide. So yeah, got it.
That transfer at the bottom was so sick, and that run scored very high.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm hyped, super happy.
He's so chill, isn't he? Considering that run he's just done.
Yeah, he's not breathing too hard for the tired legs. He crushed that.
Big, big mark from the Swede, Max Palm, on that first run, 87. And no shortage of talent left to go behind him, especially when you look at this man, Kye Petersen. You can check in now with him, see what he packed in the ski bag for AK.
Hey, this is Kye Petersen here, and this is my gear check. I'm really stoked to be working with a brand like Vocal that really listens to our input. With the Built Together program, we work really closely with the brand in creating all of the designs, but also we have a lot of say in the graphics. So this graphic here, along with the rest of the Revolt lineup, was done by Tyler McMillan, graphic artist out of Vancouver, British Columbia, friend of mine, and really happy with how they turned out. Right here, we have a 122 prototype in the works that I've been working on with Vocal for the last couple of years. This is more of a slow taper, long rocker profile ski, really conducive for Alaskan terrain or BC terrain where I'm looking for a ski that's quite nimble and playful yet powerful. As our skiing develops, so do the skis, so great to work with a brand that listens.
Okay.
Just a friendly neighborhood. Neighbor there, Abma.
I've had the pleasure of skiing with Kye quite a bit this winter, and he has been on fire. He's been training super hard and skiing about the best I've ever seen him ski.
Look at that, found perfect snow right off the top.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's perfect. That just goes into Abma saying he's been training for this, so he just ripped through that variable snow.
I've seen him throw 7s off of natural features this year, so I'm really excited to see what happens here. Oh, that was massive.
That was.
Hanging on. Kye has such a natural ability in big mountain terrain, and he just seems to have this incredible vision with being able to throw tricks in very complicated terrain.
Feels like he's heading to Parker's hit.
Yes. Wow.
That was
perfection.
Perfect.
Absolutely motoring.
Oh my God.
Wow. So fast. He was on one ski for a very long time and still trying to make the most of this run.
That was unbelievable.
His old pal Sean Pettit is very happy to not break the flow there.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Part skier, part rodeo rider.
Oh, 4.7. Oh.
Not quite putting it down though.
No, that's
like he got a little hung up on that takeoff.
Yeah, hopefully.
And lost the ski, unfortunately.
Yeah. Hopefully he's all good. That didn't look like the most comfortable landing.
Kuch, Hedvig and Loschi. Oh, heart in mouth there. That Volkel ski left in the snowpack, that is the one that you can win as part of our ultimate bundle. And here comes probably the most qualified ski retriever in the game.
Here he is, Traverse Rice. Look at him go. He's just coming in.
Kye looking like he's climbing up, but Trav probably going to give him the shout.
I'm really happy to see Kye skiing at such a high level here. They were at Alyeska just prior to this event, and he actually put his knees into his chest and hurt his ribs, so he's actually skiing injured right now. He didn't make it look that way.
He did not make it look that way.
Well, each of the athletes out here have got Poker, our official supplier of safety gear, and they fit everyone out with a back brace. Decent tomahawk like that, I'm sure there's always the potential to scorpion, and I'd be pleased that he had that. So up top, it was beautiful.
Yeah, he rode so confidently the whole way.
And even in this top section here where you've seen other people struggle with the snow and breakable crust, he was able to just surf on top of that and pop this huge 3 and land it absolutely perfectly.
Into the rodeo ride. This was insane.
It's incredible, isn't
How
it?
did he save that?
Someone give that man a Palomino.
Yeah, that is reminiscent of our old pal Candide.
Yeah.
That was really interesting axis as well, wasn't it? Slightly downhill takeoff, and he took it quite flat. I wondered if he wanted to be just a touch further left.
I mean, that's the challenge of being out here. You don't really know where the perfect spot to your landing is when you're looking at your lines from so far away or from the top of the mountain. It's all blind.
Okay, 65 for Kye Petersen. He knows that he's going to be skiing in the second round.
Kye, I know you've been battling an injury coming into this competition, but honestly, you would never know. Just watching you from the bottom, it looked like you were in full send mode right off the top. How was your run? How did it feel?
It felt pretty good. Like, everything on the ridge top's just kind of crusty, but the top was nice, and then I got to like the middle point. I was gonna do a 7, and then I kind of thought I didn't have enough speed, so I did a 3. And then kind of got like so much speed, I couldn't cross the runnel high enough to get to my other hit. So then I kind of went to the bottom and did a Hail Mary where I like caught up in the crust and didn't have much speed. So, but yeah, like that's why I'm having a hard time breathing. My rib is cracked. I had stuff in my pocket the other day and hit my ribs hard, but I'm all right. I'm just in a little bit of pain, but I can still ski.
Way to battle some adversity. I'm excited to see you in the second run.
Thank you.
I love that PG-13 version of Kye Petersen right there.
He caught it quick. That was incredible.
But a great indication. The most experienced AK skiers and snowboarders all know that you've got plan A, but it's going to change. So rarely does a run go to plan.
Yeah, you are adapting the whole way down.
You really are, especially in these conditions.
Okay, next up, it is one of the most well-rounded skiers. He's in the same bracket as Colby Stevenson. Markus Eder, let's find out which skis he brought with him on his AK adventure.
Hey guys, Markus Eder here. We are here in the middle of nowhere in Alaska for Natural Selection Ski. And I wanted to show you my ski of choice, the Völkel Revolt 121. We developed it all together through the Build Together program. It's just insanely cool to get together with the rest of the team. We get to build those skis, test them, and tinker about our dream skis. This ski for sure made me become a better skier. It has kind of a flat tail. It has a great balance between side cut, nose, tail rocker, and camber profile. To be in the Völkel team, it's been 14 years now, and it's been a great ride. Our skiers are listened to, and we can develop our dream skis all together. It's the whole team, and all our philosophies of skiing get combined in this.
Okay, Markus Eder, arguably the most decorated all-rounder.
And this was your choice, right, Ed?
Yeah, I really think this suits him, especially you look at the work he did in that film part, The Ultimate
Circle of
Run.
Madness.
Look at Circle of Madness, it's exquisite skiing.
He's one of my favorite people on and off the mountain.
We were talking about him earlier. I always thought his spirit animal was the stick insect. He's so tall and skinny, but you said his quads are like tree
Oh, he's got
trunks.
tree trunks. This guy's...
It's going to come in handy on this face.
Totally.
Redwood quads. Okay, Eder heading out into the same zone that we saw Kuch earlier.
Markus is so creative, and he's got the skills to back it.
Beautiful three.
Case in point. That was perfect.
Floating through, staying high here.
And Markus has such a massive bag of tricks, so it'll be interesting to see what he can pull off in these conditions.
Well, double cork 10 into a spine line in Circle of Madness.
No big deal.
Yeah, Exhibit A. Ooh, he did well to hold there.
He's working the aspect there, trying to find good snow.
And that nose is presented. Oh, he teases us with it. Gets a little flick off there. I'm going to go out and say it's a tiny bit pedestrian so far, and that when the judges are looking at this risk category, you've got a couple of threes up there.
Yeah.
But he's missing a centerpiece at the moment, something really big to...
I'm seeing a nice takeoff there.
Oh, there it is.
That's a big air.
Yeah.
Racing his slough.
It looked slightly bigger than it was, I think.
Yeah.
But is he looking at the scores? Max Hitzig on an 87, Kye on a 65.
I don't think it's, in my opinion, there was a bit more of that hesitation while he was working out the snow conditions, but clearly some amazing moments like that 360.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Solid warm-up lap.
But again, apples for apples, Hitzig sent the backy off the same spot and went bigger.
Yep.
That was lovely. And he needed a bit of speed there just to cover that rock, didn't he?
Yeah, during that recap, I just heard it sound like he hit the rock on the takeoff, actually. That was incredible.
Okay, I don't think Markus would be offended. That was him at 80%. He was beat to gathering there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's playing it safe. He's got another lap.
Yeah. 84, so close. 3 points behind Max Palm at this stage. But at the moment, Max Palm's going to be... He's only got one more skier to get past. But he is one of New Zealand's finest. And in the current crop of skiers, that is saying something. Craig Murray out of Canterbury, a.k.a. Wheezy. We'll be hearing a little bit more about that later on. But his family know a little bit about sport. Charlie, his brother, racing hard on the EWS, the Enduro, with the UCI now. And Craig put his time in on the Freeride World Tour.
And recently he's been filming a lot with Magic Productions, and I've had the pleasure of skiing with him quite a lot. And it's been amazing watching this guy, / scary, because this guy puts it all on the line, and if he sticks it, it's going to be magic, or if he crashes, it could be tragic. This guy has so much strength and confidence, and I've got a lot of confidence in this guy.
I know. I was just going to say, New Zealand's known for some variable conditions, as you can see.
Wow,
ripping.
huge.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Giant cross-court air.
That was
just
so
channel
sick.
gap to open it up. Not messing around from Craig Murray. Real statement to his open up.
Yeah.
To a right 3, wow.
Yeah, so spinning both ways. And this was, I mean, he is skiing so fast. Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Classic Craig.
Okay. Tanya's claim here of Craig taking it home. This is insane.
Wow, big first run from Craig Murray.
And just no hesitation.
Especially in the context of everything else we've seen in these conditions.
Yeah.
He's making that look so much easier than it is.
Oh,
wow.
Transfer.
Hold
Amazing.
on.
Please hold on. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Craig Murray, round of applause from
That
Mark.
was huge. Oh, my
that
goodness.
was
My palms are sweating.
Oh,
That was incredible.
I
That was
cannot
huge.
wait for this recap. I cannot wait for this. Wow, the speed he came into this top feature with.
This
So much
whole
creativity.
Run, this whole run was flawless. It made it look like the conditions weren't even an issue.
Did he put a tap as he came through there?
I don't believe so. I think he's just transferring
That was a
over
gap.
a massive gap. Yeah. And just cutting through those spines in the landing.
And both way threes.
Yep, and the backy coming up down here, or at least we think. Yep, they're showing it. That was insane. Wish
Lots
we were
of
in
speed.
Alaska to give Craig a high five on that one. That was amazing.
Lots of speed, lots of flow, huge amplitude, and a wide variety of tricks. That's exactly what we're looking for here.
Amazing on that GoPro. Not only is there that avalanche debris and the rollerballs, but there's a Schrund in there as well.
Totally.
Isn't there?
So fun. Finishers ready for scores?
That was fun.
That was fun.
For you, Craig, maybe.
And that was magic right there.
This is going to be huge. 96, highest score of the day so far.
Yeah,
Wow.
buddy.
Beat Sam
Yes,
Kuch
Craig.
from that first round.
I was not expecting that.
With patella tendonitis.
Wow.
Fucking dog.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Thanks to everyone here.
Oh my goodness, that's the highest score of the day. That was my favorite riding I've seen.
Thank you.
Tell me about that.
Honestly, it was so fun. I didn't really know how I was going to go. I honestly haven't been skiing a lot like that this season. That was the first run really like opening it up. And I guess I'm really proud of myself actually. I don't usually say that, but I'm proud of myself for believing that I still can ski like that. And for coming up here with everyone. It's just been the most incredible week. I don't know. I can't really express how grateful I am to be here.
Way to throw it down, Craig. I'm so proud of you too. Congratulations.
Cheers, Tatum.
Buddy.
Wow, I was not expecting such a high score.
That is very telling.
Oh my
Kiwis do
goodness.
not show emotion easily, but that meant a lot to Craig. That is lovely to see that.
That just blew my mind. I mean, it's hard for me not to say it. Maybe the atomic skis are helping a little there, but you know, it's like that was insane to watch. He just rode with such confidence.
Two of your favorite skiers making it through to the men's semi-finals already. Sam Kuch, Craig Murray already booked their places in the semi-finals. Who will be joining them? We are about to find out. Men's round 2, session 1. Parker White, Kye Jones, Colby Stevenson going toe-to-toe. This is a street fight on skis now to see who can join either Craig Murray or Sam Kuch in those semi-finals. Parker White, I mean, this man's got a terminally inflamed send gland, hasn't he? There's no way he's backing off on this.
There isn't. I mean, him opening it up with that front flip and just opening up the venue, I think we're about to see him turn it up a few notches.
We've just seen Craig as well.
Yeah.
Right in front of me. He's like, I've got no choice.
Yeah, totally.
I know what's at stake here now.
And he grew up skiing in Vermont, now lives in Mount Baker, so he knows how to ski a wide variety of conditions. And now he knows what to expect.
Well, we always say that, don't we, with the Kiwis, with the Scandinavians, the East Coasters. You grow up skiing difficult snow, then you can ski anything.
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Vermont to drop in, then we're going into our, you can just hear the ice.
Look at how do you concentrate on the skiing when you've got that view in front of you as well?
He's looking for good snow here.
Yeah.
Yep, following. Oh! Beautiful little redirect and tap there.
That looked fun.
This guy is known for going fast. What is it, Fast Fridays? Is that what he throws up on his Instagram?
Yeah, hashtag Fast Fridays. Go and check that out.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
Amazing.
There we go.
Sick.
Oh, hang on, hang on.
Beautiful terrain read.
Yeah, he came to Mammoth, I think around, he was 16 or so, and I've been watching him ski for a long time, and he just keeps getting better.
Oh, body check.
Sorry to jinx you there, Parker.
Curse of the commentator. Never fails. So we know there's a bit of exposure on the end of this ridge.
Oh my God.
Oh, he found it.
Oh, darn.
Couldn't hold it.
He did so well.
Straight away on the tap and the donut, letting everyone know he's okay. Oh, he's on one ski there for about 20 meters, wasn't he?
Oh my goodness.
This is beautiful, fresh little creative line up at the top here. We talked about Credo. He's foregone that tram line that everyone else has had and just popped off the front of that.
He had a little pillow line mid-slope. That was awesome. Double stager, landed that really well.
Keeping his speed up here into a huge 3.
Holding on.
A long wheelie.
Yeah.
Using that wall just to angle him in.
I think those Fast Fridays came in handy on that landing there.
And look at this, he's bouncing around on one.
Just got hung up.
And it was the Schrund that took him out
It
there.
was, yeah. You could see the terrain change there, and that's common where the glacier meets the mountain, and it sometimes has those little catcher mitts that take you down right at the end.
I know the team went through and checked that it was all in the right way, that the Schrund was under.
That was rowdy, huh?
ready. Okay, finish is ready for scores.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, he's safe in the knowledge that if the skiing ever fails, he can go and play rugby league in Australia with that haircut. 58 for Parker White, so nervous wait for him now.
Or he can get a job in Hollywood as the next Kenny Loggins.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, buddy.
Parker, there's so much that goes into riding a face like this. There's just so many complexities, a lot of blind takeoffs. You're assessing everything in real time. You've never hit any of these features. What's that like?
Well, I was a little surprised on the last landing, that's for sure. So I was just trying to navigate it the best we could. It's the same for everybody, you know, so I'm bummed I didn't do better on that one, but still, it's just been like the most amazing opportunity in the world just to be here at all, so I'm stoked.
You're one of my favorite people to watch ski, so thanks for putting on a good show for us, Parker.
I can do.
Okay, Parker White with that 58. It's difficult when you look at Kai Jones and Colby Stevenson still to drop to think that that 58's going to see him through.
Totally. It is, I mean, they're trying to navigate where to ride this face in the best snow, and I'm curious to see what Kai does here.
I mean, 18 years old, we know, like Eder, he's got sevens, he's got butters, he can use those tricks, and he can use them in steep terrain.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's been nominated as Skier of the Year 4 times before the age of 18, which is unheard of.
That's outrageous. Okay, there is a place at stake in the semi-finals if he can put a run of consequence down here.
It's really a fine line. You really need to be light on your feet, but you also need to have a lot of strength just to be able to carry you through the length of this run.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hunting grounds out here. The steepest section of the face at the top of this far skier's right zone.
I think it's safe to say our best snow conditions are far riders right of this face where everyone keeps heading. They're just trying to do their best. Here we go.
Beautiful 3 deep into those flutes.
That was good. Good style. Got the grab.
He blends finesse with power, doesn't he? So effortlessly.
Sure does. He's riding this one much more confident than his first run.
Here we go. Seen that hip work for everyone. Fingertip control on the grab as well. His forefinger and thumb, wasn't it? Looked like he was using chopsticks.
Yeah,
wow.
Kye. Yeah, Kye.
Hang on.
Super clever.
There we go.
Great work. That was huge.
That was huge.
One of those hits that just drops away from you.
It sure does. That's so blind.
It's so awesome to see these guys put these runs together in these conditions. They are crushing it.
Just treadmilling his way up on top of that, but he made it count.
Through the shrun. Nicely done, Kye.
That is a really solid run.
That was.
And his legs are on fire right now.
What are you talking about? He's 18. Hasn't felt a thing. Unbelievable skiing from Kye Jones there.
He turned his GoPro on this time.
There we go. Little GoPro recap.
Plenty of stoke as well. Beautifully measured.
Yeah, and found that nice little sliver of pow. That was awesome.
Clever on this one because
kept it conservative.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than some of the other ones, but then he can make this transition and the traverse up to this hit that he wanted. Yeah. And then if we see that, that's the angle. Look at the size of this.
Landed that perfectly.
Yeah, holding on through, and that last air was a good run.
Judges are gonna love that one.
Right into the worst pocket of that shrund as well, wasn't it? Flat landing through that. Okay, it's definitely going to be higher than Parker.
Kept it clean, kept it fast. Clean tricks, big tricks at that.
Oh, that was rowdy.
Just saying a lot coming from him.
Thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to the fam. Love you guys. Let's go.
Kid has essentially been raised in big mountains.
He's been raised on vents too. I love seeing him repping the skis. I've watched this kid for many, many years.
78. So it's a big score, 20 points clear of Parker White, but by no means insurmountable.
Kye, I know you faced so much adversity already in your career so far, but just seeing you out the bottom and that excitement and your real love for the sport, how did it feel?
Oh, that was so much fun. You dream of riding faces like this. First run was a little spooky. Popped an Avi and I couldn't go to the good snow where I wanted to ski and had to kind of just ride for life on some super bad snow. So to go in and ride some nice snow and ski and have fun is such a dream. Just hyped to land a run. Super stoked.
Such a sick backy out the bottom too.
Oh, thank you. I was like, took off so far back and it was just like floating over the ridge. And then it's like, gotta stomp it. Cause if you fall, you go through that fucking cheese grater. So it was sick to, just like keep it tight and get through it all. And what a run. That was so fun.
You love skiing so much. Your excitement just shows. It's incredible to watch you come down. So excited to see you.
Thank you. Just so stoked. It's been an epic learning opportunity, skiing with all my heroes. And hyped to just keep figuring out more and more every year and learning these mountains better.
Congratulations, Kye.
Thank you.
The fizz is real. Stoke level furnace with Kye Jones right now. Back up to the top though. The action just keeps on coming. Colby Stevenson X Games Knuckle Hut Gold in 2024. I watched him confound the judges at the Larks Open slopestyle this year. He was doing, I think it was a 5 to a tip butter off the knuckle into another 5 out. It was outrageous behavior. But then you see him up here and he's just as at home in big, steep terrain of consequence.
It really is incredible how versatile of a skier this guy is.
His first run worth 75 points from the judges. He's got to find a 78 if he wants his Yeti Natural Selection Ski journey to continue at the expense of Kye Jones.
Throwing around some love to all the ladies up there.
They're going to be dropping in next.
I just love seeing how appreciative all these skiers are and psyched to be there too. It's really cool.
Okay, going high on the drop in.
There we go.
Okay. One of the few skiers coming to this more central rib of the face on the second run.
Huge hand drag 3.
Oh, he landed like he never took off. That was a perfect touchdown. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful shifty.
Yeah. It's a great point, Ed. We're staying over on the skier's left. Here, there goes my theory that everyone was going right.
Yeah, but maybe he's looking at that creativity. Once you start following lines, then that creativity score instantly drops.
Yep.
And it's the speed he's carried so far through the top of this. Oh, now this is interesting. A fresh bit of terrain.
There we go.
Sick.
Wow.
I like to call that the side salt. I think most skiers call it a flat spin, but that was awesome. That was really sick.
Really good mix of features in here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Getting sloughed. Keep her going.
Managed to hold on to that.
Nice.
Wow, what a hang
Keep going, keep going.
That's what you want to hear at the end of the run.
He is psyched.
Primal scream from Colby Stevenson.
I love how he rode that shark fin and did that variation of a backflip too. That was cool.
We both said it, Mark. First run, we felt that it was a little bit underscored.
I don't think I've ever fought for a landing so hard in my life. At the end there.
Oh, you fucking legend. That was so lit. That was so, I cannot believe you pulled that off. Dude, what'd you hit on the top feature?
My big hand drag 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely no sign of nerves or competition down at the bottom. The boys just sharing the love.
I love all the support amongst the skiers here. It's really cool. You can tell everybody's having a good time and wants to see everybody do well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big opportunity for these guys, for skiing in general. This is just cool to see.
That was a beautiful thing.
That was. I didn't see. I don't think he moved a muscle. He just stayed perfect.
Perfection.
Yeah.
And here you got to play around with some nice snow. You might as well, you're in Alaska.
Yeah, the confidence in run 2 in comparison to run 1, you can just see them getting used to it. I love that choice of trick on that feature.
Forced it around, but stomped it super clean.
That was a great run.
I love this. There was something a little bit kind of Glenn Blake about that, wasn't
Super
there?
playful,
Kind of
right?
jump, turn, smear.
There could be a mohawk under that helmet. We're not sure.
There's definitely some great haircuts out on that glacier. Oh, there's the landing he talked about fighting for as well.
Yeah. We're psyched for you too, Colby.
Okay, let's see the score come in. He needs a 78 or higher. 83 for Colby Stevenson. Look at what that means to him.
Colby, that run was insane. You got to the bottom, and the first thing you said was, there's nothing quite like skiing Alaska.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nothing can prepare you for this other than being up here and seeing what it's like. And, you know, you can pick your line 100 different ways, but it's when you drop in, it's just going to be totally different. You got to just react and stay on your toes. It's so cool.
And how does it feel to take your experience as a slopestyle skier into the big mountains?
Yeah, I can tell you that tricks are much harder up here. Yeah, it's fun. Like, I'm just so excited to keep doing it, and that's the beauty of it, is like every feature dictates a certain trick. So you kind of just, you got to read the terrain, be like, oh, you could, bust that one there based on the takeoff angles and the landing angles. So it's just a whole different game and puzzle you got to put together.
Incredible, Colby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Love hearing a skier of his caliber talk about Alaska like that. Such an amazing insight.
Pretty funny that he says nothing can prepare you, but clearly whatever he's doing, he's prepared.
Okay, what we can see there is another one of these incredible matchups. When do you ever say Craig Murray versus Colby Stevenson in a head-to-head? That one already, mouths are watering. So excited about that one. We're about to find out who is going to join Manon Loschi in the women's final, and we'll find out who is going to be joining Sam Kuch in the other side of that men's semi-final. It's like, what do you make so far of what you've seen? Like, take a breath.
Truly. Yeah, my nerves are pretty wound up right now. It's been really intense conditions. And it's been really cool to see what skiers have been able to power through and find the good snow and find the right features so that they can still create a creative run and throw tricks in technical spaces.
Yeah, it's been a challenge in terms of conditions, but you wouldn't know it to watch the men's runs.
Yeah, I mean, now the creativity in my mind watching this is going to come into your good snow selection too. Before, you're looking at features, transfers, cliffs, airs, all of those things as your goal to get to. But now you're like, okay, wait a sec. Now I need to find where the good snow is in the landing and how I'm actually gonna stomp these things. So creativity is just morphing naturally.
But then Parker White somehow, like, we watched him on that first run and it looked really difficult. And then as it progresses, everyone just seems to get rid of that. We haven't seen anyone struggling the way he did on the first run.
Yeah, you adapt. It's the more time you have in the snow, the more time you have to understand where you're going to start breaking through the crust, or where it's going to be super firm, or where you're going to find soft snow. And I think everybody's starting to understand that now. And the run's kind of gone from about this wide to, little sections and pockets of good snow, and everybody's learning what's working and what's not.
Okay, we're going to get back into the action very shortly. But before we do, we're going to go back to that Ultimate Ski Bundle. If you're just joining us or you missed it earlier on, this is ultimately free skiing for next season. So you can win all of the Arc'teryx gear behind me. Just scan this QR code. You'll get base layers, mid layers, and apparel from Arc'teryx. Then over there, we saw those skis, the Revolts, that Kye Petersen and Markus Eder are rocking. You'll also get the marker bindings that are on them. You'll get a set of Dalbello boots. And you get it out, Chris. Show us the skiers American Express.
Never leave home without it.
It is the 2025-2026 Icon Pass. It'll actually work it'll work now, won't it? You can go and scab a bit of time up at Mammoth.
I know you can. I just came from there skiing, actually. So it's open. Get up there.
Okay, and right now we can head over and take a look at Craig Murray's new film. It's called Wheezy, and it comes from the fact that he's the middle child. He's got an older brother, Charlie, and a younger sister. And they used to call Craig the Weasel because he could get out of anything. So he's called his first film coming out of the Arc'teryx studios, which have produced some absolutely banging films over the last couple of years, Wheezy. Let's take a look at the trailer now.
Craig isn't just a skier. The best way to describe him is just as an athlete. He's got so much going on in his life behind the scenes that most people don't see. There's not just one defining thing that makes him who he is. It's a combination of his experiences and the challenges he's faced to get to this point.
This is disseminated.
The mountains is where he expresses himself the best and where he learns the most about himself and his limitations.
Welcome back to the YETI Natural Selection. This is the live watch party. The skiing went down in Alaska a couple of weeks ago, and massive shout out to YETI, who've been supporting natural selection since the very beginning, 5 years deep now. And they were a huge part of this camp that you can see in front of you. We're going to check in now, the women's second round coming up. But first, we're going to find out a little about their thoughts about joining natural selection and coming to Alaska.
For me, going to Alaska was like a true test of your ability in big mountain terrain. It's always been, in my mind, the pinnacle of freeride skiing.
Coming from moguls, I still feel like I'm learning so much in this scene, and Alaska is always just so humbling and powerful.
I'm super excited to be back in a bib, let's say. But just more than anything, I'm just really pumped to be out here with this crew of athletes and team that is natural selection. I think the skiers have been waiting for a few years for this.
Being invited to this event only for girls. We're so few, and I just want to represent the sport in the best way possible. I think this team of athletes will help each other be able to push it further.
Great to hear from all of the women there. Michelle Parker, Hedvig Wessel and Maggie Voisin vying for that final place, going up against Manon Loschi in the finals. Why do you think the women were struggling so much with the conditions in that first run, Tonya?
I mean, it was super variable, and being on top of such a big face, like with the nerves that you have from being in a competition and so many people watching, like that would make you struggle.
Okay. We've talked about Michelle Parker so much over the years. She always says that she has an inner warrior that she taps into. And she's a super strong, super confident woman with a force field around her and flaming balls of fire. That's the warrior we want to see on this face today.
I can confirm the inner warrior. She is one of the strongest mentally, physically. Her and my wife are two very strong women that I look up to in my life.
Well, you look at where she grew up as well. She was looking up to skiing Tahoe, looking up to JT Holmes, Shane McConkey, Ingrid. Like it was a solid lineup.
Yeah, and Michelle has such a slopestyle background as well, and I know she really wants that final spot. So I think she's gonna do what it takes to get in there.
Okay,
I think so too. I was just going to say, you can see the confidence increasing here now that they've put their feet on the snow and a little bit used to the conditions. She's getting that flow going.
That crust might have softened a bit as well.
It does look like that, actually.
She's got that shifty and staying really high.
Like we can hear her breathing.
Yeah. I mean, this is steep right here.
This is.
Looking for that drop.
She's skiing super smoothly.
Look how steep it was there. Her shoulder was in the pack, wasn't it?
It really is. Navigating the slough. Nice, Michelle.
You could hear her see steep as well.
Yeah.
She does need something here, though.
Yeah.
She needs a big exclamation point at the end of this run.
Come on, Michelle. We know she has it.
Yep. But right now, she skied some really steep consequential terrain, but there's no big mark in this run that the judges can hang a score off, I feel like.
Agreed. And she did a good job finding that better snow. She stayed in soft snow the whole way, but
Yeah, like 3 small drops there. It's definitely going to be a higher score. We saw like she got a 45 in that first run where the run was really broken up, but she flowed, she found good snow, but
she did, and she flowed well. I think it's hard to say, obviously not being there, but I do think just the power it takes and maybe that extra weight that the men have, they're really just pushing through these conditions a bit more. And hesitation is your worst enemy out here. This minute you start hesitating, that snow becomes grabbier and grabbier.
Okay. So,
holy moly. This is intense.
this is going to be a really important score because the judges are essential. They're going to set their stall out now with this score. And you know that Hedvig and Maggie are going to use it.
All right, ready for scores?
Because they can hear these scores up at the top as well.
Michelle Parker, score 5-8. Copy, 5-8.
5-8. See, we moved up. We moved up.
Red Bull?
Yeah, sure.
Michelle. Oh my goodness. From my perspective down here, it looked like you were able to find some of the deepest turns of the day. How was the snow quality up there?
Completely different than my run one. Yeah, coming over that spine into the shade was a great call. Had a bit of a slough train. Was like, do I wait for it or just go? But yeah, got some face shots. That was fun.
And you're a veteran. You have more Alaska experience than most. How does it feel to be taking all that you've learned in these mountains and bringing it into contest mode?
It's so different competing. It adds an entire new layer to being in Alaska. And despite trying to not let that get to me, I had so many nerves, but I'm so psyched to be here. And yeah, had some moments of serious nostalgia just thinking about all the past trips and trips with you when I feel like we leveled up and had the most amazing time. So yeah, it's just awesome to be back with this incredible group of athletes and watch them.
I'm so proud of you, Michelle.
Thanks, Tatum.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually seeing Tatum and Michelle at the bottom there because those two girls have pioneered some Alaska stuff together.
And so interesting hearing her say how different it is wearing a bib.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. I mean, we just saw that highlight reel of them riding, and these girls have leveled up massively. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, Hedvig Wessel, we talked about her earlier on in the show being one of the analysts. She will have taken everything she learned from Run 1 and she'll now be doing everything in her power to improve that score. Attacking those first couple of turns up top. Are we going to see her head out, do you think, to that right-hand side where we saw Eder, Kuch and Palm go?
It's a good chance. No. Take that back. There's not a good chance.
I do agree with you, Chris, though. It does seem like the confidence has been building since the first run. Like, they know what the conditions are like.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of them are trending towards this spine where the snow is going to be good.
Yeah, and staying on that northeasterly aspect.
Already the heavy breathing started about a third of the way into the face. It's a big ask, actually, when you think about it. You've got, for the men, 6 runs, for the women, 4 runs.
Yeah.
If you make it all the way through to the end. And they are huge runs, 600 meters vertical, 1,800 feet vertical top to bottom.
Yeah.
It is, and yeah, because usually when you go skiing a face like that, you take a couple breaks in between. There's no time for breaks here.
Like Michelle getting some steep, deep turns.
Yeah. She just quite hasn't had the same flow as Michelle did on that last run, but she's looking for the good snow too, and they're doing a good job.
And see the slough on the right-hand side there. Wow.
Yeah.
That river. Oh. Powers out off the corner of that ridge. Soaking up that debris.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Okay, on what you saw, you think potentially not as big a score as we saw for Michelle?
I would say personally there was a lot more hesitation in my mind.
Let's have a look, see if these replays back it up. I think Michelle's air up at the top was a little bit bigger. She had that little jump turn.
Yeah. And just the slough management Michelle had on those last spines too. There was a lot of snow moving.
That was a super flowy section there. But
yeah, definitely both flowy runs for sure.
All right, I'm ready for some scores. All right, ready for scores at finish?
both Hedvig and Michelle reluctant to take any big air that's going to accelerate things. So 57 slots in 1 point behind Michelle Parker.
5'8". That's very close.
Yep.
So Maggie Voisin with it all still to play for. This door is wide open right now for her.
This is.
Like she's quite literally a solid drop or a 3 away from making it through to the finals here.
Absolutely.
She must know that.
And the thing is all of these women are capable. They all have flips and spins, and we saw it in how they were riding this terrain when they first got there. But
absolutely.
It's what you're prepared to risk and how confident you feel in this snowpack at this stage.
Yeah.
Because once they get to that more northerly venue for semis and finals, the snow's going to improve.
Absolutely.
Massively. We're going to see this same aspect that we see below Maggie now.
It's so true what you're saying, though. It's all about, like, how much are you willing to risk?
Yeah. And Maggie, both Maggie and Michelle have been through their fair share of injuries. And you want to... Self-preservation is the most important one, I would say.
For the longevity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Maggie she had a nice drop up at the top there. It was flattened a touch by the drone, but again, we're seeing, you talked about it last run with Hedvig, a little bit of hesitation here. You want to see that flow and the urgency in the run.
Yeah.
She got something here. Play to her strengths. Mark talked about it at the very start. It's that blend of big mountain and freestyle.
Ripped out of pocket here.
She's going for a ride.
Oh,
Nice
that was really nicely managed.
Yeah. Nice work, Maggie. That'll freak you out.
Oh, yeah.
The composure she showed to sit down in that and ride it and then get herself to a position where she could stand back up again.
Yeah, bust out the strength. And I think Travis once said the Wolverine claws. Claw yourself into the side of that mountain so you don't get flushed out the bottom.
Wow.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will definitely spook you a bit, like finishing your run.
Yeah, I think Maggie's done with that run now. You could hear, what was amazing, you could hear the way her breath accelerated the moment that snow broke free and she was in it.
Absolutely. I mean, if you get flushed even over icy conditions, it could feel like rocks at times. So
yeah.
I love that drop up the top. I think if she could have backed that up, she potentially could have had that spot in the finals.
I mean, also maybe the thing that is kind of holding them back at this point is like trying to find the good snow, because a lot of them went over to the other side and saw that the snow was bad.
So about 15 centimeters, 4 inches of that top layer of snow breaking off on Maggie there. It's so well just to engage the edges.
That was spooky. Yeah, girls. Yeah. Michelle,
Scores incoming.
they did a great job there.
Yeah.
Okay, 42 for Maggie Voisin. Let's hear from Tatum.
Maggie, you said you had a little pocket rip out on you. We couldn't see that from our view. What was that like?
Yeah, super spooky. I mean, we've kind of been seeing it, but I think that was like the first north pocket that we've seen rip from a rider. It's where I was riding on my last run, and yeah, just totally popped under my feet and just went 45 degrees out. Almost caught me at the end, but found safety, and happy to be down the mountain in one piece.
I'm happy that you're down the mountain too. Way to keep it together, keep composed, and stay on your feet. I'm so proud of you.
You're the best. Love you, Kaden.
I love you too.
Okay, let's take a look at the brackets and see how it's worked out on the women's. So Manon Loschi, first place in round 1, will be joined by Michelle Parker, first place in round 2. The 23-year-old versus the 38-year-old. All the Alaskan experience versus none of the Alaskan experience.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch.
Putting Michelle's age on blast there.
I'm sure she wouldn't care. I love the fact that you've got, I mean, you look at the number of big mountain specialists out there doing it well into their 40s.
Yeah, she is a veteran for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 men left in round 2 of the men's session 2. Max Palm, Kye Petersen, and Markus Eder. All 3 of these skiers capable of the magic or the tragic, as Mark Abner said in the last round. Max Palm with a beautiful backy up top, but we know he's got the double if he really wants to push here.
Go, boys.
The reality is they all have the double.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Well, Eder's got double 10 if he feels it.
Totally.
Okay, Max, again, just hauling down into here.
I do really like his little touch on like the more simple stuff where he just looks so stylish, even just like sliding down that face.
Yeah.
A little reminiscent of Shane McConkey there.
Absolutely.
Kind of the way he's wearing that Dakine vest as well. It's kind of jacket open.
He's definitely Gen Z. Oh, nice solid
He's going
air.
for Wheezy's transfer there.
It was very similar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But more direct off the nose. Beautiful start from Max Palm.
Wow. He was so composed.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
That was a fantastic 360 right there.
We talked about Wheezy and the Borough Wood. Oh, and the hand drag 3 again. Again, we've got 3 more moments in here that could be looking at $5,000 and that Boa Dialed In award for the men.
And the transfer.
And the transfer.
We only just made it on that as well. It was right on the edge of the transition.
And you can hear him hooting and hollering, and that is well deserved.
Yeah.
That was a sick run.
That was beautiful. Bit of another fresh takeoff there. The amount of different angles the men have found off that.
So we're seeing him take a lot of similar lines, but he rode that very well.
Beautiful. Really solid run. He hit so many markers.
Yeah.
Skied fast, creatively, no shortage of risk. I mean, the judges looking at that might say, but the only thing you risk when you go over that, we've had, what, 4 other skiers over it, you are going to get compared directly to them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is on marker, 85, and it's a decent one for Max Palm.
Nice, Max. Thank you. Yeah, Max.
Max, we could really feel your excitement at the bottom of the second run. How did it compare to your first run?
I don't know. It was different. Like I did a pretty much same line, but added a trick, and yeah, just tried to make it cleaner. But yeah, super fun, super tiring still.
What's the contest vibe? What's the energy like at the top? How are the athletes feeling?
I just think we're all so happy to be here. Sorry, can't breathe. It doesn't really feel so much like a contest. It's just we're just having so much fun, so it's so nice.
Nothing like sessioning Alaska with your friends. So stoked to see you out here riding. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, it's so amazing to see how everyone's so appreciative of being up there.
It really is. It's good representation of the sport there.
It truly is.
2 points less than his first run score of 87. But he beat Eder with that run as well. Kye Petersen with the 65 didn't have the run he was looking for first time out. What can Pemberton's finest do now? I mean, he is riding that cracked rib, as we heard him say.
We did, and we did see, I mean, his first run, I would say, showed the most confidence and flow with not hesitating in those conditions. So open her up, Kye.
Let's see where he heads here. Could go either way. Yeah, on to the top of Mike's Rock, aka BFR. Straight off the nose.
Solid.
And a couple of quick turns. He's got loads to work with him now. He said he didn't think he had enough speed for the 7 off this, so went the 3 first run.
Yeah.
Is he going to try the 7 now?
Yes, he is. Oh, no.
That was amazing.
Came through.
The old David Blaine.
Yeah. Thank you for the powder cloud. He could have totally stopped that. This guy is such a cat and lands on his feet more than not. So
he had to fight for that second 3, didn't he?
Oh my gosh, that was sick.
After that, no. Got fully bucked and high-sided out of that flat 3. Such a shame. That would have challenged the judges.
Yeah.
They were on the spot with that one.
The one thing I will say, though, is he was completely out of that trick.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was traversing through that variable snow, so hopefully it's not the same as crashing straight on the landing.
We have seen some big scores come in with falls in them. I think
that was
Max had a small fall last time, so, and he still got that 87.
In regards to tricks, too, variety of tricks. He had the 7, the flat spin. He was really mixing it up in comparison to some of the other riders we've seen.
He did so well on that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. We'll just call that a back butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one little bobble on the 7 and down on that after that landing, but otherwise great run.
Are there 85 points in it though?
That's a tough call. Yes, there are.
90 there are.
Yes, there are.
Oh,
Definitely gave it an effort.
So the judges seeing that, the
They
risk
did.
factor dialed right up, the creativity dialed right up.
Yep.
That is the coolest part about this competition. Like, they see the creativity, they see the risk, they value that.
And you're not killing a run when you fall.
Yeah.
Like, it's a missed opportunity, but it's not marked down as heavily and punished.
And I think it depends on where you're falling. Like we said, that was far after the landing.
Okay, South Tyrol's finest. That area of Italy.
Ed's #1 pick.
Markus.
Bring it home, Markus.
Well, we know what he's got. We know how light he is on his feet, but how strong he is at the same time.
Yeah.
On top of this big stack now. Steepest area of this venue. Look at that angle.
That's a really cool angle.
Staying right up on the high line.
Come on.
What's he got here?
What?
It's
Is
going to
it-
be something big.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the
That
butter!
was so sick.
Just switch 5.
Yeah. I'm
That's-
a massive fan of that trick.
Oh, Markus!
A classic Markus
Yeah.
hit. He
Absolutely
loves the butter.
unique.
Oh, yes.
Who's doing that in the steepest Alaskan terrain? And we saw Parker come off that beautiful little angle there. Just skipping through this terrain now, making it look so easy. Do I sound biased? I don't care.
Hold it together.
Oh, yeah.
That was rad. He kind of transferred over that little gully there, too.
And found that perfect sweet spot of the landing.
Yeah.
I reckon he's up against Craig for the boa dialed in now.
I see Tanya, her palms are sweating over here, and I don't know if it's the Red Bull or this run, you know?
I think this is the run. Like, he has it. If he just, like, holds it together and,
So many good moments in here. And he's on top of something else now to finish.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ski tap on there.
Woo!
Wow.
That was an amazing run.
That was an
from
amazing
Markus.
run.
Loose as a village golf bag on the run out, but Markus Eder has survived a heater of a run. There's an 85 for Max Palm. There's a 90 point for Kye Petersen. Is there more in that run?
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
I think so. I mean, that butter 7, that takes so much risk, creativity. It hits credo just in one feature.
I mean, if it's peer judging, you can already see from this reaction from the other skiers.
Yeah, you can see everyone coming up to him. Like, this is going to be a high score.
Oh, it's so good up at the top as well. When we see this recap, you knew he was coming into something.
Oh!
Wow, that was awesome.
Unbelievable.
I was really hoping we were going to see that from Markus, and we sure did.
The way he powered off that right leg.
That was
That's
amazing.
the quads.
That's the quads.
That was the quads.
Call that the tree trunk butter.
But then there were so many other little details in there.
Yeah, the 3 transfer, and I mean, when people are using terrain features like that and gapping over their slough or gullies, that's some of my favorite to watch.
That was full commitment from the moment he let go on the ridge as well, wasn't it? He had to just nestle the skis into that line.
Markus Eder, 600 run.
9 Oh, by a whisker! Eder makes it into the finals.
Nicely done.
91, he beats Kye Petersen by 1 point there. Let's hear from Tatum.
Markus, that was some of the loudest cheering we've heard from the bottom all day, and certainly one of the best runs that I've seen put down. How was it? How did it feel?
It felt so good. So it was so nice to go a second time and rebait on that line. It was kind of rough on the first one to know, okay, how would the snow be? And it was kind of struggling in the middle. It was kind of the same right now, but just knowing that it's coming up was much nicer. It's just awesome to come down here. You know, we've been hanging for the last 10 days and cheer together. It's just amazing to be here.
Congratulations. You're such a beautiful skier. Your airs combined with the ability to pick apart this technical terrain is just like, it really stands alone to some of the best skiing I've seen all day. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Happy to have you carry a banner out.
Wow.
Appreciate
That
it.
was well said, Tatum. That was he did compartmentalize and pick apart that terrain very creatively.
Our semi-finals are set. Sam Kuch versus Markus Eder and Craig Murray up against Colby Stevenson.
Wow.
Absolutely fantastic semi-finals to look forward to. And let's not forget, that was the Northeast facing venue. We've got a brand new venue for the men's semi-finals and the women's finals. But before we get into the action for those, it's time to give away that BOA Dialed In Award. We set it up at the start of the show. It was the standout moment from the men's and women's skiing. $5,000 up for the men's, $5,000 up for the women's. What do you think it was? Who do you think took it? Thoughts?
Ooh, I feel like it's between Craig and Markus on this one for the men.
That's tough. That butter 7 but Craig's transfer 3 was huge, and he opened up a completely new feature. So.
Sam Kuch's transfer.
Yes.
He did do it.
What about on the women's side of things?
Sam rode so long ago and so well, I forgot he was even out there. It was incredible. There's been so much. Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't know.
What about the women's side of things?
I think Manon, with her, like, she got a nice safety grab off that last air.
I think on that first run, definitely. That was the strongest point for me.
Yeah.
Okay, how's your Red Bull looking? Is it warmed up a little bit? You haven't even got it.
I don't have one.
You need a fresh one.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
The service out here is insane.
I'm like a sommelier. I've got my own fridge.
Wow, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, the wait is over. Let's find out who's taken the BOA Dialed In Award for the women. This one's going to be tight.
Manon, you just won the BOA Dialed In Award for your flow and your overall consistency on session 1. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's crazy.
What was the tactic going into that first session?
On the first session, I wanted to do a totally different run actually, and then we came here, saw that the snow was changing a bit, and like it's kind of tricky, so I changed my line and I tried to keep it safe to land on my feet and see if it was working, and then maybe do something bigger on the second run. And I just got qualified on the first run, so I was pretty stoked.
You had so much flow, such great style. It's an extra 5K. How does that feel?
Damn, thank you. It feels crazy. It's so sick. Thanks so much.
Well, you called it, Tonya, straight off the bat.
Yeah, that was, she's worthy of that one for sure.
How much do you think it means to her as the rookie coming into this? She's the only woman without Alaska experience. And not only does she qualify first for the finals, but she takes that Boa Dialed In award. That is a massive confidence boost, surely.
I think that's a great confidence boost going into the final.
Yeah, okay. Let's find out who is the men's Boa Dialed In award. There's Sam Kuch, there's Markus Eder, and there's Craig Murray. You could even say maybe Kye Petersen in there as well. There's a few moments. Let's find out who's taking it.
Craig, you just took the Boa Dialed In award for your first run, that 3 off the top. Incredible. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's incredible, honestly. I changed my line 3 times this morning. We got here, snow was a little different than we thought, had to tweak it, but then I saw that hit and just took some speed at it and it worked out. Felt super good, and yeah, thanks to Boa for the award.
That's an extra 5K, Craig. Huge congratulations.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. That's means a lot, and I just am so stoked to go through the first round, to be honest.
Absolutely. So happy for you. Great skiing.
Yeah, I could watch that all day, I think. Let's just show that on repeat for another hour, yeah?
Craig, it's so fun to just rewatch it. You've seen so much great skiing, you forget what's been done, but that was insane.
It's a little reminder as well of how emotional he was after that first run. That meant so much to him. You spent a bit of time with him post this, didn't you? Was there any indication that he'd skied like this?
No, Craig is like, he's the nicest guy ever, and he's so humble. But like he wouldn't, like his roommates doesn't know. Like no one knew that he was skiing well. He's just like, yeah, it was really fun. Like great people. He's honestly one of the best people in the world, like personality-wise as well as skiing.
Okay,
yeah.
Boa Dialed In awards are settled. Manon Loschi in the women's, Craig Murray in the men's. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have the men's semi-finals and the women's finals. This is going to be very, very special. A brand new venue. It is the North Face, and it's not quite as steep as that South venue, but it's got way better snow and way more playful terrain. Welcome back to the YETI Natural Selection here in Alaska. If for some reason you're just joining us, you might want to rewind the broadcast to the start because this is outrageous. We're going to get into the women's semi-finals very shortly, but first we've got a quick look at Hedvig Wessel's film, Headspace.
Skiing was just a part of me. It was a part of my family, and I don't really know life without skiing.
She was very little afraid. I wanted speed and excitement. I wanted to be the best.
Hedvig Wessel on course.
For me, it was a natural transition from mogul skiing to the freeride world tour.
This was an athlete who was here to do athlete shit.
Huge backflip! Hedvig Wessel blowing my mind!
I need to get out there. I need to see the world, and I need to be in the mountains.
Second best when your name's Hedvig Wessel. You have to win.
Welcome back. Definitely go and check out that film. Super interesting. Now we've talked a little bit about it. Mark Admer back in the studio with us, full pull again for a brand new venue. But these semi-finals in the men's shaping up to be something pretty special. You've got so many different types of skier, like Kuch, Eder. It's dream matchup.
It's dream or the most difficult matchup ever. I mean, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see.
How difficult do you think it's going to be stepping into an entirely fresh venue, though?
Well, I think everybody knows what the conditions are like now. So I think that's just going to help boost their confidence, and they're going to know where to choose for the best takeoffs and the best landings.
If anything, the snow's getting better. It's a little more shaded on this venue, yeah?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a closer look at it now. Let's see what we've got in the way of a course preview. We can take a look at the face, and it just shifts around. So where you had that sunny aspect on the northeast facing side, which was called the south zone, now we move across just to the lookers right here, this blue zone, and not quite as exposed, not quite as steep, and I think the shaded aspect is going to give them better snow.
I really think the outrun too, especially, I was thinking for the women, the risk you take up top if you tomahawk in these conditions, like we were saying, just willing to put it all out there, and this has a little nicer outrun.
It looks like there's a tiny bit more exposure up at the top, a couple of rocks peppered through those spines.
A couple rocks, but overall, I'd say this is like a reward for making it to the finals and getting onto the north aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of looks like it's a little bit of the same aspect as that spine that a lot of people were flocking to, which had the good snow. So
Yeah, that little top section where we saw Eder and Max Palm and Sam going, or the one lower down where the snow broke off?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, it looks super playful. So many takeoffs, some big drops in there. We have 6 of the world's best skiers who've made it through from those first 2 rounds, ready to throw down now. This is a mouth-watering prospect. Ooh. First of our semi-finals, Sam Kuch versus Markus Eder. And these are your favourite skiers, aren't they?
Really love these guys.
What a head-to-head. This is amazing. I never thought that I would see Sam Kuch against Markus Eder, and here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like, worth noting at this point, the lowest, the skiers who came in the second round will ski first.
Okay.
So Kuch has the luxury of watching Eder ski before he commits to this. That also means he'll get that all-important data. We saw how important it was for everyone after Parker White in round 1. So Eder, 10 million views and counting on the ultimate run. If you want to go and find out what type of skier he is, that's the best place to start. He's coming down, so they've walked up. That's the start zone from zone 1, so he's come down almost to the same spot. Huge cornice off to his left.
You can really see the steepness of the face from that angle.
Look at that snow.
Yeah, listen to that snow. It sounds incredible, actually. in comparison. Here we go.
Nice.
Carrying some speed there.
Yeah.
You know, he's sniffing out features right now.
And he's probably just so happy to be feeling such soft snow.
Skipping through this.
This is such a huge face. Look how much terrain is on here.
Oh! Wow! Perfect landing.
Oh my goodness, that was perfect.
That was worth the wait.
Eder cracks the
There we go.
Big three. Oh.
Oh
wow.
My goodness. Great choice,
That
Markus.
was a dream line right there.
The secret to great skiing, timing.
Yep.
Long spine with good snow to a couple big tricks.
I love Eder's cadence through the competition so far. The first run there, for me especially, I'd put so much expectation on him. It felt a little pedestrian. Stepped it up for the second run, and then he pulls that out in the semi-finals.
That
yeah,
was
he's
incredible.
smart. He's a competitor. He knows when to pull stuff out of his pocket and when not to.
Very cross on the sunny side. And other than that, it's like super perfect.
It's on.
Oh, wow.
This is really encouraging for the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of action coming up here.
Yeah, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah, Kuch.
We only got to see him ski once in that first round, and it was exquisite.
This guy's so calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, boy. See you down there. Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking a different approach than Markus.
He's just going to bring the dad strength out here.
Look at
New
that
father.
terrain off to his left there.
Oh, that looks so beautiful.
Wow.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's on.
And we're going.
Look at the speed he's carrying.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
Just attacking this face.
Wow, that was huge.
I'm just speechless watching this thing right now. This is incredible.
Petit
No
said he didn't want to
hesitation.
see computer game stuff, and that's exactly what this is, though. It's outrageously perfect right now.
Yeah.
It's AI skiing.
We're going to need a big trick here.
No.
Oh, huge gap. Oh, and another transfer.
That's a film part.
What a guy.
That was a film line, 100%.
That's an ender.
Yeah.
We've just watched an ender go down in a competition.
There was zero hesitation.
How on earth are they going to cover everything in these replays? Okay, Eder's up first. Just soak this up. This is some of the best skiing you will ever see in a contest.
Wow.
Amazing.
Just brought that around perfectly.
And
That's huge.
It's probably so hard for the viewers too, because a double backflip is crazy. But the choices Sam made and how he rode this terrain is gonna score really high.
The way he's linking everything.
Yeah, and the transfers.
Like even that was perfect.
Yeah.
Where he landed.
And that was like a lazy throwaway almost.
Look at that transfer right there. If he comes up short on that, game over.
Yeah.
And that's something important to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, boy.
He makes everything look so effortless.
What a crazy run.
The most understated comments.
Both of those runs, I do not want to be a judge right now.
I'm gonna finish, bro.
I think you called it there though, Tonya. Like the terrain read from Kuch was the difference between them.
Yeah, it really was. And just not stopping. His speed, his flow, everything Pettit was looking for, really.
It was non-stop. It was like every time there was like something different.
Yeah, and Markus too, but there was a little bit of that middle section where he was making sure to get to his feature, it looked like, where Sam just did not stop.
95 for Sam Kuch, 88 for Markus Eder.
Yeah.
What a fucking rush. This venue's sick.
Congratulations, Sam. You were charging so hard straight off to the top and then finding all these little sneaky transfers everywhere. Tell me about your run.
Well, I only had like about a day to plot it all out. And this one I kind of just left to my devices. I knew where I wanted to go, and I knew that I'd be able to see a lot from above, so I just kind of didn't spend too much time like perfecting what I was going to do and just decided to ski it.
Hell yeah, Sam.
Best run of the day for me. I'm loving it.
So stoked for you. Can't wait to see you on second run.
Wow.
Going with the flow.
Oh my God.
That was a dead strength for sure, that whole thing.
It's really difficult to explain, isn't it? We've heard people say this before, just how incredible that was to let the skis run like that through terrain of that size.
It was as if he was just water flowing down the hill. There was no wrong move there. That was amazing.
Okay, we do get to see a second run from those two, but up first, it's our first runs from Craig Murray and Colby Stevenson. Colby Stevenson, I love that little claim in there. Call me, baby.
Was that what that was?
Yeah. Like, you want the deal? Call me. Okay, so Colby up first. Craig Murray qualifying first, gets the luxury of watching Colby.
Wow, this is getting really fun.
This is going to be insane.
I'm just so happy that these riders get to ski in good snow now. And we really get to see their potential of what they can do in this kind of terrain here.
Because we didn't really in those first runs.
No, the snow conditions did not make it justice, like their actual riding ability.
And it just shows how crazy Alaska is. It can be good one day and not as great the next.
Yeah.
What's interesting, like the freestyle orientated riders, Eder and Colby, both heading to this like rider's right-hand side of the venue.
Yeah, that is interesting. It seems to be less features over here.
Ooh, that was
super
cool.
Beautiful. That was, I think, Eder's
Here we go.
double hit.
Wow.
Massive flat spin.
Beautiful.
Stalled as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really clean grab. Wow, huge.
Glorious.
Love that. Just a big floaty 3, no grab.
Wow. We are going to see some crazy runs.
What
that was
treat.
amazing. That was a treat.
Absolute treat.
Yes.
Just, yeah, again, we've said it so many times, but film run.
Yeah. I wonder if it was good to have the bad snow in the first couple runs, because now their confidence just went through the roof.
So true.
Excited for the next one.
Yeah, already excited for the next one.
At the top, I decided like 10 seconds before I run which way I was going.
Both skiers' first runs, Eder and Colby Stevenson, putting down solid runs, and that puts so much pressure on the second person to drop. You've got to deliver now. Tell you what, Wheezy, from after that first run, where he was so emotional, he's got to pack that all away again and get back in comp mode now.
Yeah. But the good news is we saw him ride in very variable conditions, and now we're about to see him ride in good snow.
So like for like, the big mountain skiers heading left, the freestylers heading right.
It's pretty cool because the matchups are actually very similar. Like you got, Sam, Kuch, Wheezy, Colby, and Markus.
On top of that lot.
Amazing.
Finding a bit of exposure high, and the slough billowing out of that funnel on the right of the picture.
Where's he going?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That was massive.
Oh, I thought he was going to hold on to that.
He just tried about 100-foot gap, it looked like. That was insane.
I'll use a third of this gigantic face to get speed for this gap.
It's like, wait, the face is 1,800 feet. I'm going to jump down the whole thing.
There's the magic of tragic right there.
You called it, Adma. You called it.
So let's bring out the tape measure. That was insane.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure
huge.
Traverse Rice is coming back in here to gather a ski.
Okay, let's see what Tatum's got to say down at the bottom of the run now.
Colby, so much flow in that run. How did that venue compare snow-wise to venue 1?
Oh my gosh, everything on that north-facing wall was so deep and buttery. And then even on the more southerly aspect where I rode, I had one hit. It was like getting softer because the sun's been baking it. But yeah, I was a little unsure with that run and played it a little safe, but was stoked to put it down and got something in my mind for the next one. I'm excited.
Yeah, what's the strategy for run 2?
Well, I really like, you know, lookers right of where I went. Like the whole other side of the face is so sick, but I think I got more to offer on that line. Gosh, I won't decide until I'm up there though. But I definitely want to rebate that line either now or if I make the final. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of game time decisions all as you go. That's what it's like up here.
Good luck, Colby.
Thank you.
If you're watching this, you cannot take your eyes off the screen right now, can you? You've just seen Colby Stevenson lay down an absolute once-in-a-lifetime run, and he's already thinking about how he can improve it for run 2. Wheezy's got his ski back. He's on his way down to the bottom, and he's probably going to go for a rebate on the 120-foot gap.
Wow.
Here's, let's see, just a casual 50-foot air here.
One thing that I like about Wheezy is that when he leaves the air, it doesn't look like he actually left the air because he's so composed.
That cloud burst was sick as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just a little jam. So Wheezy, unfortunately that first run's going to be academic, but Colby Stevenson with an absolute beauty to open up semi-final number 2.
That little double stage tap was awesome. Super creative. Great flat spin.
So easy for him, wasn't it?
He's used to throwing doubles.
Yeah. Okay, show us the gap. I'm excited to see how far he actually just flew.
Well, there was so much going on up top here, wasn't there? Like Kuch, he just took the brakes off.
Here we go.
Oh, that thing.
Oh.
That is so massive.
Oh, he was close.
He was really close. And now that the track's laid in there, we may be seeing something.
Wow.
There's a little cloud burst again.
Good work. It's so big off that thing. That was dope. You okay?
I'm all good.
All right, you guys ready for scores? All right, finishes ready for
Okay,
score.
let's take a look at the scores as they come in. Be great to compare these with what we saw for Sam Kuch and Markus Eder. 30 for Craig, no surprises there. 86 for Colby. So.
Copy that.
All right, brother. You got that. For show.
Hot work.
You went so big off that. Can't believe it.
Quiet.
Was it like an op training, kind of like a wall?
Yeah, I finally didn't have enough speed.
Yep. All right, guys. Got a heli.
Shadows are coming.
They got to jump in the heli.
Yeah, those guys are going to head back up to the top, but this venue is actually pretty storied. You can see Kuch in the lead and Colby Stevenson in the lead, but this venue has been it's called Priority 1 for a reason. Everyone who comes up to this zone wants to ride this face first. Let's find out a little bit more about how this venue has fared through the years.
There's certain faces around the world and in Alaska that have storied pasts. And you can't fly past this particular face without taking note. It's just such a beautiful face.
During a trip back in 2007 with Teton Gravity Research, we spent 45 days exploring. This is one of the areas we saw it from the air. Everybody in the helicopter was just like, that is the priority one of where we want to go. Jeremy Ilbus actually had the first descent to this slope. We had a pretty awesome crew. Todd Jones, Jeremy Jones was there. The Jones brothers were pioneering Alaska and pushing level every year.
Jeremy Jones has incredible influence in big mountain freeriding. He did his first big camping film, Deeper. I was lucky enough to get an invite. That was my entry into big mountain camping.
Sure is pretty up here.
Rice was the MVP of the trip. He was only supposed to be with us for 10 days, and he changed his ticket 3 times and ended up staying 26 days on the glacier.
The thing that rubs off when you're with Jeremy is taking serious your approach to what you're trying to do.
Did it snow?
All of these factors play into why we're here. Priority 1 is potentially one of the greatest event venues on the planet. You get good conditions on this face, and it's as good as it gets in Alaska.
My whole life, I've just been mesmerized by what Travis is doing, and he's the ultimate GOAT in my eyes. I feel so honored to get the invite from him to come up here. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Kye, Todd Jones' son, he's got such a great attitude.
Doesn't get much better than this.
He knows a lot about ski history. He's got a lot of respect for the skiers that have come before him. Being the youngest competitor on this inaugural ski event, there's some beautiful symmetry happening there.
I actually called my Uncle Jeremy for advice before coming out here, and it's going to be really cool to take this different perspective and ski this face how it wants to be ridden.
It's taken a long time for skiers to get their chance, but it's really cool to see how NST dedicated or allowed the ski event to be able to take place on Priority 1. This is an incredible venue.
Well, to hear Travis say it like that, this is one of the greatest competition faces you'll find anywhere. He's a man who's been hunting for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this Alaska range is the best on the planet for this type of skiing.
Okay, Markus Eder in for his second run. He's on an 88, just 7 points shy of Sam Kuch, but it was a scorching run from Kuch. He needs to squeeze an extra 7 here.
Looks like he's taking a similar line.
That double would have worked so hard for him. Oh,
slight variation.
Ooh.
Yes.
Nice.
Beautiful work shutting down that speed. Sometimes it can look so ugly, but he made that look so graceful.
We're all speechless in here, just watching with the rest of you. What are we gonna see?
That's it, you know something big's.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Just a casual dub 10.
So close to landing that. Wow, that was a solid Tommy.
That was insane.
That was a gnarly crash.
Hopefully he's all right.
Hopefully we see him wave his arms.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
The donut of justice.
He was like full fucking set it back. Yeah, that was like aerial. Yeah.
Backflip to backflip.
Like on a trampoline.
We got a rider down with,
Look at the boys. Crack the pub beers.
Fun fact, Natural Selection Ski Alaska happens to have the most qualified ski retriever in the entire planet.
Oh, hey, Travis. What's up?
Sorry, buddy.
Hey,
Looks fucking sick, dude. I saw a corner of it. Cork fucking did double.
Yeah.
Dude, respect.
It's a nice tummy.
Respect.
Travis paying his respects. I think he's probably pretty happy to be a retriever right now. Look at his turns he gets after.
How good is that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gutting he didn't land it, but the fact you've got someone of that caliber ready to throw a dub 10 into the middle of a face like this.
That was unbelievable.
Markus has really put on a show. He's been coming with the creativity when it comes to the tricks that he's pulling off.
Yeah.
Oh!
There's a little pocket. Oh no.
Wow, the cursed run. So a little bit of maybe potentially wind loading on that side of the spines.
Yeah, I think whatever convexity happened when it heated up overnight, and then that little bit of fresh snow on top is just that surface layer is gonna keep moving.
Just a little reminder that the snow is better, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's never safe.
You never know.
Okay, so that means Markus Eder will not improve, unfortunately.
I think
It means Sam Kuch gets a free ride second round.
I don't know if Sam Kuch has free ride in his vocabulary. He's probably going to say.
Well, he's going to go out. He's going to use it to go and track down everything he wants to hit in the finals.
Maybe.
What I love is that Eder knew he couldn't back away from that. That's what it was going to take to make finals.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's my track going off it.
Is it smooth?
No, there's a wall on the takeoff. But you'll be right.
Alright.
Yeah, buddy. Good work, amigo.
Love you, Craig, mate.
Love you too.
Yeah, one of my best buds.
Enjoy it.
Get it.
How rad is that?
Lots of love up here. So much mutual respect.
The humility is just refreshing to see.
Is that like bad etiquette? Alright, word.
The kind Canadian. He's like, am I allowed to ski down this face?
He's illegally good looking as well, isn't he? Look at him. Is there anything this man can't do?
Nelson's poster boy.
Here we
wow.
go.
Yeah.
Here
Casual
we go.
backie off that huge cornice up top.
Yeah, what's this free run?
Oh,
he hit,
what?
He hit the rock.
Bummer.
You can see it right there. Oh, no.
Okay.
Incredible airwalk, though.
Yeah, did you see that?
I like how he entered his free run, though.
That was wild. Tatum down there with the what is it? Like what's a monocle when it's binoculars?
Yeah,
a
you're
telescope.
right. No, I think monocle is right, is it?
No, that's like the little glass.
Binocular.
Monocular. There you go.
Binoculars. I think technically it's a telescope, but it just didn't look like one.
You did live on a boat.
For some time.
What do we got?
Oh! Kuch, like Craig Murray after his crash, just laying it out.
Yeah. And Kuch is just such a skier. You'd see him still just having fun.
His eye for transition and gaps is just outrageous, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You can just see it. That having that internal speedometer.
Yeah.
Huge up top.
Can't wait to see this double cork 10 again.
Yeah, me too.
For those of you at home, a double cork 10 does not happen mid-Alaskan face ever.
Oh my God, look at
Markus Eder.
That was brutal, wasn't it, the Tommy? I want another replay of that so we can count them. I think it was 6 end over end.
Curious if we'll see a better view of this rocky hit.
Oh, yeah.
It's lovely. Okay. Sam Kuch on cruise control at the end of that run. Markus Eder so close to landing that double cork 10.
Yes, sir.
It would have been business time, spelled B-I-D-N-I-S-S, if Eder had landed that 10. There would have been all the pressure on Kuch.
Your first line. Yeah. What happened in this one? I just hit a rock on that takeoff, that thing.
Okay.
Got a couple dings. Fun run.
All right, finishes ready for score.
Sam, fun run. 2-0.
So 20 and a 42.
Love the skeleton up there.
Sam goes through with a 9.5 in his first run. Back at 88.
Crushing it, yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Thanks, bro.
So a great battle between those two. And we're going to see more from Kuch in the finals.
That was at least a 35. That's no doubt.
Sam, you're going through to finals.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
You have a special little someone at home who I think you might be dedicating your finals to.
Yeah, finals run. Actually, every run that I've done today, dedicated to my little boy, Waylon. My little baby and his mom. Love you guys. See you soon.
Good luck in finals, Sam.
Thanks, Dave.
Wow.
Waylon born in December 2024, so he's only
Freshie.
4 months old.
And he's the coolest little baby too. Like their whole family, like Jade, Waylon, and Sam. It's a
They're
power
incredible.
family. Yeah.
They are.
Sam's parents are also incredible.
Out here, yep.
I'd say there's got to be some strong genes to create him.
Yeah.
Okay, back up to the top. Colby Stevenson leading with that 86. He gets a chance to improve it here. Craig Murray down on that 38. Can't wait to see where he goes with his second run. But first, Colby, a chance to put this out of reach potentially, if there is such a thing for Craig Murray.
Yeah, guys.
Giving a shout out to the patrollers up on the top there.
Yeah.
Still scratchy in the sun there, isn't it?
Yeah. And he mentioned he might rebait his run, so here we go.
Oh. He made that traverse look so easy.
Moving fast.
Oh. Well, remember, it's not done. Natural selection scoring means that you don't get penalized for falls. Might have broken up the flow slightly, but it's whether he wants to let this one go down and then just ride on that 86 if he thinks that's enough.
Yes.
Wow.
This little
Casual
quick
Sev.
Yeah.
Beautiful finish.
Woohoo! Gap in the bird run.
Yeah, watch this run.
So it was sleeper up top, and then he just turned it back on as he came down through the bottom half of that
I
run.
ran into a wall going so fast. Oh, Heartbreak Hotel. Damn. Yeah, it's not over, but oh man, Craig's such a Terminator though.
He knows
That was
it.
so fun. Even though I took it all, are you all good? Yeah, I'm all good. Just running big old rock cliff up there. Yeah. Now we're the big
So Colby Stevenson going to take a seat on those Yeti coolers now, because he's got a long wait, seeing if Craig Murray can pull this one round.
Craig Murray is a weapon.
Well, he just called him the Terminator, didn't he?
He can ski the unskiable and do tricks in unachievable places.
I wonder if he's going to try that massive, massive transfer again.
I hope so. He said it in his interview at the bottom that strangely it still wasn't enough speed, so he was hoping to go even bigger.
His ambition for terrain is just on a different scale to everyone else, it feels like. Certainly, he's going back to the same line at the moment, following Kuch.
Yeah, there's something in the water down in New Zealand.
Yeah, he can take massive hits and get back up again.
Powering in. Oh, somehow held on to that.
Yeah, I think he forgot that he can turn. He's just going straight down this face.
Where's he going?
To the transfer.
Oh, yeah.
Be good to see that, whether he went quite as far if he backed off a tiny bit.
Wow.
Nice flat spin.
Skimming in the snow.
Oh, on that turn.
There is no break in flow on this run.
He's just
fastest run of the day.
Yeah. Played with the face, top to bottom.
I'm trying to even remember what Colby did in his first run to compare that to, but that was an incredible run.
Get it. Wow. Let's have some fun.
Okay, so scratch from Colby after he ran into that wall up top here. Let's have a look at it from the go.
Oh, yeah.
But still, just found that 7. The way he landed that so perfectly and put the ski straight on the edge.
Squeaked it around.
Okay, you called it the fastest run on skis. Just making that.
Start the stopwatch. This was insane.
That was a Rubik's Cube terrain puzzle up at the top.
I mean, with those Maverick skis, you can just go straight, especially if you're Craig.
That turn's one of my favorite things I've seen all day.
That's the only turn he did all day.
Okay, so we're pretty sure that Colby's score isn't going to improve on that 86. Craig Murray
Well done.
in the
That was a
30s
savage double at the top,
has
too.
100% got an improvement. It's just whether it's better than 86.
It was beautiful.
Who's going to join Sam
Shout out
Kuch
Will
in the
Cookson.
finals?
How's for you, man? Miss you.
Combined score.
Okay, finish ready for both skiers' scores and results.
Colby's first score, 86. Craig's first score, 30. Colby's second score, 6-0. Craig's second score,
Done it.
92.
Wow.
He's done it.
The look on his face.
He's done it. What a final.
This is going to be insane.
What a final.
Arc against Arc.
We do have
Arc battling it out.
The Arc'teryx Kings.
the dead bird.
The two boys from Matchstick Productions. Let's go.
If you imagine that both of those semis were judged on the same scale, same terrain, Sam Kuch with a 93 went through, Craig with a 92. This is going to be so tight in the final now.
This is going to be insane. I cannot wait.
I feel like these two have been shouting at each other since the start of the comp.
Shouting and hugging.
Yeah.
The camaraderie is incredible. I can't believe what we're watching out there.
It's going to be so cool. Like, they seriously was like, you're one of my best buds. And now they're going to compete against each other in the final. That's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. Every year at Natural Selection, the artwork that is commissioned around the events is one of the centerpieces. And just over my shoulder here, you can see Mike Perillo's posters. You scan this QR code down in the corner of the screen, and that will take you straight through to the Natural Selection site. And you can buy one of the beautiful fine art prints of Mike Perillo's art. I love this stuff. He's done so many pro model skis and snowboards over the years with his graphics. An iconic part of the snow community, Mike's artwork. So definitely look out for that. We've also got a little thank you going out to 11 Experience. They have lodges all over the world. Definitely go and check out their website. 11 run Winter Lake Lodge in Alaska, which is where all of the athletes staged ahead of the event. Made sure that they had a good night's sleep before they got up there for comp time. And then the other side of this is that we have some fantastic cheap fun available, whether you're on a glacier in Alaska or whether you just sat at home watching this. We have proud sponsors from 10 Barrel Brewing and their pub beer. They supplied some cheap fun up on the glacier. Check this out.
Hey, Bates. Travis here. I think we're going to be taking longer than we first anticipated. We are definitely not making it back for lunch.
On down days at Natural Selection, we do crazy stuff, like deliver hot dogs with a drone.
To the chopper!
What do you have, bare feet and Crocs? Yeah, man.
We're gonna do fresh farm-to-table delivery right here.
Heads up, we have an inbound delivery for your location. Be aware of drone traffic incoming.
Just descend. Descending. This is money. He's got, he's gonna eat it off the, okay, that's good, stay right there.
A lot of gratitude up here on the ridge. Although we are a little parched. Any chance you could rip us out a couple bevies?
Keep coming down, keep coming down.
Good teamwork,
yeah, first ever, guys.
Thanks, guys. We're officially refreshed.
Welcome back to the YETI Natural Selection Ski event, where it is finals time. It all comes down to this. Michelle Parker versus Manon Loschi in the women's, and Sam Kuch versus Craig Murray in the men's. We have that new venue, and it'll be the women's first taste of this more northerly aspect. Perfect snow and a very, very playful face, as we saw. One of the greatest runs in, not just skiing, I'd say, in all of the snow community go down from Sam Kuch and Craig Murray. Phenomenal.
I'm going to back you up on that. That was amazing. I mean,
look at this 23-year-old Manon Loschi on her first trip to Alaska, going toe-to-toe with the skiing goat of backcountry, Michelle Parker.
Okay.
Final time.
Since I'm not a judge, I think I'm allowed to play favorites, but come on, Michelle.
Fast, direct, super confident. Michelle Parker looking for a big run to open this final. Format's the same as we just saw for the men's semis. 2 runs each, highest score will take it.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. She's probably real happy to be feeling that snow right now.
Yeah.
Look at that Slough River. Oh,
no. Oh, no.
That Slough River now catching up with the snow that she cut off further up the slope, but she's okay.
Good. Did she lose any gear?
Wow.
Happened so easily, didn't it?
Yeah, there's a ski.
Slough can be so sneaky.
It can. It quite literally is a small avalanche just chasing you down the mountain, and so navigating it is important.
It's so easy to forget as well when you see those big runs, how quickly it can go wrong on this kind of gradient.
Yep. Okay, brush it off.
They should have seen that score from, I think it was Kai Jones? No, Max Palm, where you can fall and still put a very solid score on the board. Right in the guts of this shoot at the moment.
Getting some nice turns there. Good for the soul.
Yeah, potentially just using this as a rangefinder again now. She's got that fall up at the top, so she's thinking, you know what, I'm just going to ski this out, get my legs moving, and then put it all on the second run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice part about having 2 runs right now.
Okay. Those turns at the bottom were glorious. Always love watching Michelle ski.
Yeah, hopefully she can use the beta from that run for her next run and try to find that perfect snow.
Yeah. There's an opportunity for Manon Loschi here, though, to really put a bit of pressure on Michelle. Markus coming out, and Tatum's making her way out as well. Let's hear from her now.
Michelle, what happened up there? It looked like you got maybe stuck in a little bit of slough. You couldn't really tell from our view.
I dropped in, everything was amazing. It was such good snow, super deep. I tried to cross the runnel and the runnel was brick. So I lost a ski and then got caught in my slough and was like, I'm gonna ski down on one ski.
How are you feeling now going into second run? What's your confidence?
To be totally honest, it's not high, but I can recover quickly.
Anyone can do it. You can do it. And the snow looks amazing. Before your crash, it looked like you were just having some of the funnest turns of the whole day. So take that with you, and next run's yours, okay?
Thank you.
I love you.
Love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tatum in there, started off as a field reporter, ended up as a coach.
But it's true, though. Michelle has it. She can turn it around so quickly.
Well, and she said it herself, like she's been in that situation. She knows how to rebuild and reset confidence.
Yeah.
But up at the top, this woman hasn't put a foot wrong so far. In her debut in Alaska, Manon Loschi out of Le Clusaz in France is having an absolute scorcher. Sets off following Eder's line, and also saw Colby Stevenson out here, staying right up on top of this cornice.
I think being from where Candide's from too is gonna bode well for her probably. Just the amount of time she's watched him ski.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's got the speed on this one.
Look at that.
Nice slash there.
Powering through.
Airing across those just runnels.
It's great how she's working from skiers left to right and letting the slough flow down the mountain. That's good Alaskan technique for the rookie.
Yeah, someone must have drilled that into her.
Yeah. A lot of times, your first time up there, you cross your slough and it's game over, like we saw with Michelle when hers hit her.
Oh no!
Nice transfer, but she is at pace now. She's got to shut this down. High-sided.
Oh.
Wow.
That can happen sometimes. Your skis start running so fast, going straight, and it's really hard to be able to release your ski and shut down the speed.
Looks like she got Conan the Barbarian to do a din setting though. I think she's still got 2 skis on there.
Glad she's okay.
Yeah.
Because that is super scary when you get stuck.
She's going
that
fast
straight,
there.
that
You
fast.
heard her, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the thing too. Like she hit an air and like slowing it down when it's that steep.
And especially with having a bit of a crust, your tails just kind of get stuck in the snow. And It's really hard to release them.
Yeah. And all of us humans want to release them except Craig. He just keeps going straight.
As Hoji would say, every turn is a sign of fear.
I have a lot of fear in me. I love turning.
Standing ovation for Manon at the bottom. Lost a lens.
Oh, that's an impact.
You have other goggles?
Tu vas aller bien?
Just glad to see she's okay.
Max asking, are you going well? Okay, let's do the recaps on this. So Michelle dropped. Look at those turns up at the top.
Oh wow, they're so beautiful.
The snow is incredible right there.
Oh my god. Oh, you can see it. Yeah.
Oh, she's got caught up in some ice there.
In the slough, let her know it was there as well, didn't it?
Yep.
Slough can be unsuspectingly powerful.
And Manon, lovely turn up on that fin.
It is
Beautiful
just a
slash.
Great reminder how huge this face is when you see how small all of these riders are on top of it.
And that is so scary.
Involuntary straight line. Just heading for higher ground to try and kill
totally.
some speed.
Which was great technique.
Both of their run scores. Yes.
Manon got the Red Bull she asked for.
When you're ready.
It's hard on the legs.
Yep.
She's looking for those wings.
Michelle, run 120.
40 for Manon, 20 for Michelle. So I think that's a reflection as much of where those falls happened as the runs themselves. Manon making it almost all the way down.
And the type of fall. When a skier loses a ski, that flow is now gone. So if it's a quick tumble and get back up, it's a lot different.
Okay, back to the top, where these two leviathans of the backcountry are ready to descend. Craig Murray and Sam Kuch. I think Craig's going to be running first because he got the 92. Kuch with that 93 gets the luxury of the second drop.
I had the pleasure of skiing with both Sam and Craig up in Chatter Creek last year while filming for Matchstick. And these guys, day in, day out, blew my mind. These guys are so skilled. And they're also great buddies.
Okay.
Did at some point you just stop skiing and watch?
There was definitely some of that, for sure.
Craig back on that crazy little bit of terrain that he's been playing with up at the top here. Compact, finds the transition.
Wow.
There's our lack of turns
speed.
again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Going for the gap again.
More speed.
Wow!
goodness.
And followed the transition perfectly.
Oh my goodness.
Could it have been any better?
Wow.
That is Craig's
Come on, buddy.
perseverance.
Come on.
No! But do not despair. We've seen it before. Oh, but the ski's gone.
He's gone.
No.
No. That 3 was huge.
That was insane.
I cannot wait to see the replays back up at the top, because as much as it was about each of those big features, he was bouncing across the snow, spending almost as much time in the air as he did on the snow.
Wow.
He's so relentless.
Holy cow, and look at the amount of rocks right there where he was tomahawking. That's a good reminder of that slough kind of clearing some of the...
Wow. Yeah, there's some mines, like proper mines down there, aren't there?
Oh. Of course he would go back and 3 that.
That was insane. Can we go back to that BOA dialed in award and maybe reconsider it? Yeah, double it.
Another one.
This final has just turned into a street fight, hasn't it? Like nothing left, no strategy. Everything you've got, lay it out.
I think he did about 3 turns down the entire face. That was insane.
Okay, Tatum's going to have a chat with him now. Let's see what he's saying.
Craig, you're skiing so fast, so smooth, absolutely charging. Really unfortunate what happened to you there. What do you feel? What happened?
I messed up the takeoff completely. It was almost like a double loop, and I had more speed than last time on purpose, but then got in between the two and ended up with a weird flip, and then harder to bring it around nice. But had a really fun run till then, and feels really fun to ski fast again. Yeah, it's been a hard season for me with a couple things, so to open it up feels pretty cool.
Yeah, I know you've been battling some injuries and some tough things with your knees. How is it navigating that mentally and tapping into the contest mind space even with that injury?
Yeah, it's been a little tough. I haven't really skied in a while leading into this, just so I could do today. But I knew that today would be so fun and special with everyone. I didn't want to miss it, so this morning just told myself I had to just go through the pain, and I'll feel it tomorrow, that's for sure. Yeah.
You're absolutely charging, and you have one more run. It's not over till it's over.
I'm excited.
Best of luck, Craig.
Thank you.
We heard him say earlier on it's patella tendonitis, which can be excruciating, a tear in the patella tendon, if any of you have ever had that.
And if I'm not mistaken, it might even be in both knees.
It is in both knees.
Which is wild.
Oh.
He's so mentally strong.
He is.
Okay, Sam Kuch had an unbelievable run in the semi-finals. The prospect of getting to see him ski this line again in the finals is just beautiful.
I just love seeing a father still charging like this. Gives me hope, you know?
The Whitewater Wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, so very similar there with the drop into Michelle
Another
Parker.
transfer.
Wow.
Love that.
We're going to just rename transfers to another Sam Kuch.
Wow.
Oh!
Hang on.
Over-rotating slightly, but getting the tips in.
Oh, no.
No!
That was weird.
Ghost Rider.
Bomber.
That's an interesting for the judging too, because there was no mistake.
That was not.
That was a ski malfunction,
Full
which
fluke.
is super strange.
But he's picked it
Here
up.
we go. Oh.
To a 7. Oh my God.
No pause.
Oh
no
my
reset.
goodness.
Just straight back into it.
Yeah. Here, I lost my speed and my ski. Let me do a 7 real quick.
What do we got?
Oh.
Yes. Love that
Victory.
transfer.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This guy.
He shook off that crash pretty quick there.
I know. I would be like, is my binding okay? Clearly, he doesn't care about that. Yeah.
Freak accident as far as he's concerned.
Good guy? Yeah, kicked the ski.
Bugger.
Yeah, Sam. Tough to justify that one.
Yeah. What happened?
I just skipping across some spines and ski kicked off.
Damn.
That was looking unreal. 3 into, was that a backy or?
Yeah, super sketchy back.
Looked like you cleaned it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Craig in first. This is going to be immense.
Ooh, I'm excited to see that 3 again.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Huge.
Oh!
Thing was huge. And watch this feature right in his landing that he had to navigate turning by. Right there. That thing could have sent him to the moon.
And then just drops the shoulder into that bit over-rotated.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. A little too much speed, like you said.
Ooh. Oh, he took so much compression on the way in.
That was, he said it had a bit of a double lip, and that was it, that transition there.
Okay, we get a closer look at.
He's so nice to watch.
He really is. So smooth.
He calls that sketchy. It's pretty clean to me.
No! That's so unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate.
But yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna judge that.
Yeah, what do you think scores-wise? On my card, I've got Sam out in front, I think.
Yeah.
That's 7, definitely. But then the work that Craig did before the crash, the 3 on the canyon, you can't forget about that.
No.
No, but I think Craig's crash was an actual mistake in his trick, whereas Sam's was a gear malfunction.
Okay, let's see if the judges feel the same way about it.
Craig, first run, 5-0. Sam, first run, 6-5.
Nice.
Okay.
Do better.
Copy.
50 to 65. Judges have learned their lesson from semis, keeping their powder very, very dry with this one.
2 really tight homies going head to head. What's that like?
I think in all the times I've fantasized about this contest, this is kind of what I was fantasizing. So this is pretty exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty special, honestly.
So hyped to see you both in the finals. Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
True teammates right there. That is amazing.
Dreams do come true.
Yeah,
there you go.
Good on you, Arc'teryx, for picking great athletes.
Some amazing people.
Turned from an action sports contest into a rom-com. Okay, back up to the top where Michelle Parker is ready for a rebate. Second run. Can she make it pay here? Manon definitely not out of sight with her run either. So a solid score here for Michelle. And this could be a completely different story from run 1.
I have a really good feeling about this. Michelle really pulls through when she needs to pull through.
I like where she's heading as well. This is going to suit her style of skiing.
Yeah, she's going over
to
where Craig and Sam are playing.
Here we go.
Got the shot.
You are.
And really crashing is all a part of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about getting yourself back up and getting yourself back into the right mind space.
Really quick little turn in there.
Nice work, Michelle.
Come on.
A jump turn just reminding you of how steep this is.
Yeah.
Her shoulders touching.
Right?
Yeah. I'd say I've skied with Michelle a lot, and this is a bit more on the hesitated side of Michelle.
Yeah, she talked about rebuilding that confidence,
Yeah.
but she has struggled. Well, I don't think any of the snow that she got up top, it wasn't quite as good as she was hoping.
No.
But she's on top of something now.
That's the same cliff that Sam hit. Come on, Michelle.
Links
Nice.
Finds that transition.
Keep it going.
You can hear her breathing getting deeper, and her legs are probably getting tired at this point. But she's finding good snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looks like a good pocket.
Good snow and good flow.
Nice,
Straight
Michelle.
from that cliff. This is the Michelle we know.
Yeah.
That'll do so much for her confidence as well. Being able to ski to her potential. That's what you want from a comp, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can hear her whispering to herself. Her breath's rattling at this stage.
This is when you just need to stay focused and keep your legs strong. And try to squeak in an extra air if you can.
Got to wonder that extra run for Michelle because she had to do the second run. This is her fourth. So she's up to coming up on 3,000 meters of vertical.
Wonder if she turned on her Strava.
I hope so. I want to give her kudos.
Little shifty.
Nice.
Okay. She made it.
Nearly.
Atta girl.
A couple of little bubbles there, but
her mental strength and physical strength.
That run is so massive.
It is.
Sick one. Yeah, big
on top. That's good.
Way to get over there, seriously.
And Michelle is incredibly fit. She bikes a bunch. She cross-country skis.
She is. And, I mean, she's dealing with so much personally, too. Her dad is not in the greatest health at the moment, so she's jumping between trips, and I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Nice work, Michelle.
Okay,
That was
so
a sick run.
there is pressure on Manon Loschi right now. I think at the very least that'll be very close to Manon's first score. So see where we go with this. Manon Loschi, we know she's got a big line in here, but she's dropped him with real purpose there. Knows exactly where she's heading with this.
Starting off with speed. Finding good
she's,
snow.
Yeah.
Couple of big turns.
Yeah, she has good flow.
It looks like she's having fun.
Yeah.
You can see those features off to her right-hand side now.
I'd say best snow of the day right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some incredible turns, too.
But Michelle, so clever putting that cliff in. Manon needs something here. So
that air would have been a good opportunity.
Here we
there.
go.
Wow.
Breaking out another pocket. Again, we talked about how good her slough management was on that first run.
Yeah, just working across this face.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Mark said, I think that air would have served her really well. Just something to get her in the air a little bit to set her apart.
Yeah, she needs something here. Turns alone. I can't see turns cutting it here.
But that is a nice looking turn. I'll give her that. Little face shot. There you go. That's fun.
That was fun.
I bet it was.
We agree.
Powers down over the Bergschrund at the bottom.
Freedom.
This is going to be really, really tight.
True.
Yeah.
Once again, she had good flow. She was lacking some airs and tricks.
That was fun. Nice work. Let's go.
Michelle taking on that little bit of exposure with the rock.
Yeah.
Could be the difference between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the flow was different.
Yeah, especially because Michelle took the cliff at the very top of the face as well. It's high consequence.
Okay, let's take a look back through them both. Michelle, after that fall on the first run, came back out swinging here. Put herself on top of this beautifully.
Now you've really done it.
That's amazing commentary.
I hadn't heard that. Contradicted me right on it. If she didn't mean that, she handled it like a boss.
She definitely added an element of risk with her line there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manon keeping it really tidy, but like, you've basically scratched. I mean, there's this drop up at the top. It's a gentle nose, but when one of the criteria is called risk, you've kind of got to push it a little bit further.
I will say she did surf the mountain quite well. Her turns looked beautiful.
Yeah, execution.
Yeah.
Michelle, second run 6.8. Manon, second run 7.0.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So the judges handing it to that super clean surfy run.
You're the first natural selection ski winner. How does it feel?
It feels insane. We've just been living the dream for a week now. It's just like crazy to be here in Alaska with the sickest crew ever. Like pretty much all my favorite skiers are here, and like just spending so much good time here, skiing some crazy lines. It's just, yeah, it's the best thing ever. I'm so happy.
Huge congratulations, Manon.
What an incredible experience.
Amazing.
Wow.
To come in as the rookie.
Yeah, and she is incredible. I mean, watching some of that footage of her backflip in the highlight reel and some of those threes, like her style is incredible. I'm excited to see what she does these coming seasons.
She's only 23 years old?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so much style, so much determination.
Imagine how surreal it is for her in that situation right there as well. Like she said, she's basically on a glacier with all of her favorite skiers. She's just won. Incredible journey. She did not put a foot wrong from start to finish. Manon Loschi took out round one with the highest score, went straight into the finals with the GOAT, Michelle Parker, and took it out by 2 points. An immense achievement from the young Frenchwoman. Back to the top for this final matchup. The second runs for Craig Murray and Sam Kuch. We heard from Tatum down at the bottom talking to Craig that he's battled a couple of injuries, but he'd been off his skis for a bit to make sure he was fit for this. But sometimes that builds up the pressure, doesn't it, when you're visualizing so much and you build up that desire to really send.
I think it builds up unless you're from New Zealand. He seems to be handling the pressure quite all right.
And he's had a couple big crashes today, so he's definitely going to be pushing through some pain right now.
Okay, Craig Murray back to the same well that has served him so impressively with scores up until now. Is he going to hit that same line, staying high up on this fin?
Oh my
God.
Doing it as a double?
Using that tiny corridor as a redirect.
Wow.
And then forgetting to turn once again. Here we go.
Going so fast.
Come on.
Oh my.
Oh.
Bigger.
Wow.
The consistency with this guy.
Okay, get the flat spin, buddy.
Oh no, he's backed out of it. Doesn't want. Oh no. Here it is. Just straight backflip.
Oh, that was clean.
Incredible.
And the turn afterwards. He's already at the bottom. Where did that face go?
Oh my goodness.
I've seen this from Craig before. Well, he'll keep trying it over and over until he gets it perfect.
Wow, and the stoke at the bottom. This is amazing.
Max Palm with the pub beer shower.
Wow.
Except Max drank it. He didn't give any to Craig. What a run to deliver in that situation under that much pressure.
That was insane.
Massive airs and so much speed, and so much determination.
Yeah.
Imagine showing that run to any skier in the year 2000 and saying this is only 25 years away.
Imagine doing that run that fast. It's like I'm still
Chris
blown
is just
away.
blown away by the speed.
It really is.
He uses rod in the back half of his tails for half that.
And unless you're a Sam Kuch super fan, for everyone out there, that was the single best thing that could have happened, because now we've got one of the world's most beautiful skiers under pressure. Sam Kuch has to deliver a big run here if he wants to entertain thoughts of a victory at the first ever YETI Natural Selection Ski. Fresh terrain as well.
Here we go.
Wow.
What's gonna happen?
Yes.
Right off the top.
Oh my goodness.
Skipping across, huge runnels in that terrain.
Straight into his slough.
But he beat it.
But he beats it.
Judges will love to see that.
Where's he going?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What?
Huge.
Oh my life.
That was massive.
My
He almost
goodness.
Oh, what did he lose there?
But nobody
That
knows.
wasn't real.
That was
wasn't
not real. I think Sean jinxed these guys saying Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, because this is for sure a video game right now.
That
was outrageous.
This was outrageous.
Like, the distance he had to travel was only one aspect. The drop with it as well.
Massive.
It's like an 80-foot drop with a 100-foot gap.
I am speechless. That was so insane.
We got to give him credit for being adventurous and going into a new part of the venue
Yeah.
and trying something completely different.
Yeah.
Losing his goggles.
Oh, he lost his goggles.
That was
Definitely the biggest air of the day.
I think that was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
And Craig Murray just said that.
And all these guys were glued the whole time too.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
That.
The hell of a washing machine.
What was it?
Oh, no. Hey, Alaska.
That was so mental.
This is just gladiators on snow, isn't it?
It really is.
This is the Colosseum. Toe to toe, two of the best skiers in this was unbelievable. And that pace.
This 3 was perfect.
I thought the bobbles were so bad going into that he lost his speed.
Not an easy takeoff. He bounced into that takeoff.
And look how composed he stays. And this just shows you the size,
Beautiful.
too. Finds that fresh sliver of landing.
Super clean backflip. Speed and air are his friend. Just having fun. So happy for this guy.
Oh, just letting the skis run. This is going to be amazing. I just took 20 replays. So the 3 right up top, and it's so steep and pretty bumpy in there.
Yeah. All of that texture is likely catching him underneath too, but navigates it so smoothly.
Barely beating his slough there.
This is crazy.
A movie.
I mean,
skate game. Wow. Oh, that was so cool. The redirect.
Look at this.
Huge pop.
Wow.
Right now, he's like, oh no, oh no. Trying to find a good landing there, but.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he was looking to go about 10 feet further, which is even crazy to think.
The fact that he hadn't given up on that fall either, he was still looking for a way out on the first spin.
Hey, buddy.
And first run.
Boys are warriors.
7-0. Second run, sorry, second. Craig's second run. 8-5.
Yeah,
Craig. No way!
I'm so happy to see these two guys up at the podium.
It's so epic.
Yeah, Craig.
I mean, that was super well deserved.
Knowing what we know now, the fact that Craig hadn't been able to ski in the build-up to this, that boa dialed in award, just laying that run down in round 1 meant so much to him.
Yeah.
To be able to pack that all away.
There we go.
Kuch with an airbag pull.
That was... that I'm so happy for these guys. It was
the pure mammoth celebration.
Craig Murray, you just won the first annual Natural Ski Selection. How does it feel?
I'm lost for words. Honestly, it's been such a day, and I never thought that it would end like this, but I'm so happy and so grateful. And yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to all of these other amazing athletes as well, because they inspire me so much. And yeah, and also a massive thank you to the staff, everyone out here putting it on. Like, there's no small feat. I think what's been done today and this week with this camp and being in this place, it's never really been done before. So shout out to Natural Selection.
Well deserved, Craig. Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
That was insane. That was so
fun
to watch. I don't even know.
That was crazy.
In the context of natural selection, there was so much. I didn't want to talk about this at the start of the show, but there was so much pressure built up. The surfing delivered on an epic wave. some unbelievable rides. The mountain biking on a huge course delivered some unbelievable action. The snowboarding was one of the best years out of the 5. There was so much pressure for the skiing to deliver, and watching you 3 react to that level of skiing confirmed what we thought all along. Like, that's some of the best skiing ever committed to film in giant lines of that scale.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%.
Wow.
Mark, you've spent so much time in Alaska. Like, where does that rank for you?
Well, I think where Craig really separated himself from the rest of the field was just how fast he was skiing. And he didn't get a lot of airs in, but the airs that he did get were massive and super clean.
You spent a lot of time with him.
I can't believe it. He won it? I didn't even know. I seriously been hanging out with Craig the last week, and he's like...
Was there a part, like, you get to see him ski a lot in that daily grind? You knew he was capable of that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, he's so consistent and so strong. I think, like, anything he puts his head to within skiing, he can make happen. But that's the same with, like, Sam, so that was a really cool head-to-head.
What about you, Chris?
I'm pretty lost for words. I mean, talking to Travis about this for as many years as I have and helping select all the athletes and kind of put my part into this puzzle was really fun to watch that on the big screen, because I'm blown away with how well everyone rode, and just the natural selection crew, the choice they made on the venue and how they put it all together. That was top. I'm very, very impressed.
Well, as you said, Mark, it's a real honor for skiing to have that venue saved for it.
Yeah, it really is. There's so many places where this event could have happened, and they chose, the best range in the world, in my opinion. And then within that range, they picked the best face, and we got to see these skiers do what they do best. And it was so cool to see that finals venue on that north-facing aspect where the snow is better, and we really got to see the potential of all these skiers, and they really got to shine and show their true potential there, and skiing's potential.
Yeah, no question about it. Skiing lived up to the hype. The first ever natural selection ski is in the books. Thank you to everyone who supported us, especially Yeti. They're celebrating with some pub beer down at the bottom. We have some stunning trophies from Western Lambert to give away. So let's go down to that finish area now and watch the prize giving.
All right, the first YETI Natural Selection Ski event in Alaska is in the books. It's a beautiful bluebird day, and despite some variable conditions, the skiers absolutely threw down. So without further ado, in 3rd place, we have Hedvig Wessel. In 2nd place, Michelle Parker. Congratulations. I love you so much. And our first natural selection ski winner, Manon Loschi. Congratulations. Now in 3rd place for the men, we have Markus Eder. And in 2nd place, absolutely throwing it down today, Sam Kuch. And your 2025 YETI Natural Selection Ski winner, Craig Murray. And that's a wrap on the 2025 YETI Natural Selection Ski event here in Alaska.
Wow, they are popular champions. Craig Murray, absolutely deserving of that award. A massive thank you goes out to Alaska Resort. They were the staging post for all of this, and they looked after the athletes and the crew impeccably. So thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, buddy.
Super fun sessions there. If you're ever up in Alaska and you want somewhere to go and hang out before you go heli, cat or plane, then Alaska's should be definitely high up the list. Look at that plunge pool sauna combo. Okay, those are the trophies. Another little look at those. Western Lambert out of Tacoma in Washington. They represent the balance that you have to find if you want to win natural selection. You've got the delicate glass and then you've got the durability of the stone. And that was certainly the case. You needed a bit of finesse on your skis, but you needed the power and endurance to make it down the face. And we saw that in the men's and the women's today, I think.
Absolutely. I'm still speechless sitting over here.
How proud are you guys of skiing and what you saw today?
Yeah, I mean, the conditions were not easy for everybody today. So there was a lot of determination and perseverance. And we really saw that in Craig today. You know, he tried that line, what was it, 4 times before he got it perfect. And so I think this is just the beginning of many more great events to come for skiing.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, hats off to everyone that competed in this event despite the conditions and throwing down men and women. Yeah, super special.
I don't know if I can complain about conditions again. You know, it's like seeing what all these guys are able to do. They just, you know, Craig especially just going massive and just creating a really unique line was really special to watch.
What I loved, I think, alongside all the skiing action, which was unbelievable, there was the camaraderie, and also with Craig as a winner, there was a vulnerability there as well, which I haven't seen before from him or very often in this realm. So
I agree with that. I mean, just the humility overall and how grateful everyone was to be there just shows how much effort and patience NST put into running this event right. And I'm proud of NST for just giving us the opportunity and putting this stage in the way they did. It was awesome.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, all three of you, for your work today. That was amazing. You were brilliant on the mic. I really enjoyed that.
That was so fun.
Big commentators over here. my buddy Bill Walton would be proud.
Okay, for the last time, if you want to check this out, it's right behind my head, so I'm going to point to it there. You get it on my massive 4-finger slap head of a forehead there. That poster by Mike Perillo. Scan this QR code, and you can get that off the NST site. They are very, very limited. So if you want a memory of the first ever YETI Natural Selection Ski event, that is one of the best ones. And then don't forget, we have the ultimate ski bundle. Skiing for free next winter. You will get this. Oh, look, my finger's up there. You get the base layer, the mid layer, and the apparel from Arc'teryx. And then you'll get the Markus, the Volcal skis with the marker bindings and the Dalbello boots. Plus, pull it out one more time, Chris.
All right. Never leave home without it. You got the
American Express.
The Icon Pass. 60 destinations. It's pretty sweet.
And we've got a men's and a women's version of that to give away. So please scan this QR code now and you could be skiing for free next winter. Thank you so much. If you've stayed with us all this way, I'm sure you're just as in awe of what went down as we are. That is it for the first ever YETI Natural Selection Ski. We're going to leave you now with the highlights and our dedication to those that we've lost this winter. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time. Halfway between the Philippines and Hawaii, you'll find Micronesia, host to the inaugural Natural Selection Surf event. Hey, Tonti!
Oh my goodness.
Go! Is he still there?
I think that was like the best wave of my life. Wow, what a historical ride right here. Crazy inside.
Oh! It's fucking scary out there.
Oh my goodness.
No claim, just hands on the head in disbelief.
It was just like the craziest heat of my life.
Again, another one, still driving. And again, keep going.
Oh, thank you guys. It's been incredible. Welcome to the Wakatipu Basin. It's one of the most spectacular mountain bike venues you will find anywhere in the world. This is Natural Selection Bike.
A giant 450 into that.
Wow.
This is out of the box.
That is so
oh,
cool.
That's what I like to see. Loco getting loco.
Reed Boggs is our new leader.
Oh no!
Feature.
So deep on that landing.
There we go.
How good was that? Just textbook.
Shimon Gauthier in his victory at the first ever Natural Selection Bike. And Cami Nogueira in first. The best snowboarders in the world are about to throw down on an epic venue.
Big back seven.
Nogueira is first. Now this jump is huge if he takes this full ball.
Oh my God! Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Wow.
No way.
Crossover to the women's side of the draw now.
She wants this big back three. Get it, Spencer.
Yes!
She nails that one. Look at that. Massive 5.
Spencer O'Brien is your Yeti Natural Selection champion.
Yes, Jared. Oh! Count it.
Let's go!
No way. Get it. Oh my God. Get it. Oh my gosh.
Starley Sandbeck takes out the men's 2025 Yeti Natural Selection.
The first Yeti Natural Selection ski event in Alaska is in the books.
Yeah, guys.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Let a little Abby rip there.
Yeah, a little spooky, but super fun to just ride this face.
That thing was.
Jump 10.